Hello, good morning. You're welcome to News Morning here on TV3. I am Enyunam Haliga. Coming up this morning. Two families escape death as mudslide destroys their apartment in Sekedi Parisqua community on Sunday evening. Also in this bulletin, the Minister of the Interior has suspended the operating license of Kantanka Security Services Limited with immediate effect following the shooting incident at the Cristo Asafo Church. And much later, the Africa Center for Energy Policy warns Ghana will miss its critical renewable energy targets without immediate coordination to fix the fragmented and sluggish policy implementation. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll start off with our first story, where residents of Ashaley Botwe School Junction in the Adenta municipality have expressed disappointment and over what they describe as misleading information regarding the demolition of a 6-story building considered as a public target to the public. Joseph Armstrong has the rest of the story.
This is not the first time the 6-story structure has attracted public attention. For years, concerns have been raised about the safety of the building, which authorities say poses a significant threat to the public. The building, which remains incomplete, has become a source of anxiety for many in the community who fear a possible collapse could lead to a major disaster. According to residents and traders operating close to the structure, officials from the Adenta Municipal Assembly announced on Tuesday, June 16, that the occupants and businesses within the immediate vicinity should temporarily to allow for the safe demolition of the building. Residents say they complied with the directive, expecting the demolition to take place over the weekend. However, they returned on Monday only to discover that no work had been carried out and the structure remained untouched.
Saturday, Sunday, you guys say we shouldn't work. We've been here the whole day. You guys didn't come.
They really scared. They were like, they even told me that my shop is going down, so I should move from here. My life matters more, so I should pack and leave. That was what they said to me. So even now we're still waiting, thinking they will come. So it means we are still not working.
All my children leave the house, go and sleep far away. They come back, they call us, they break the bridge. Me, I go to another house, go and sleep. We bag our tin, some of the tin. Now we no hear anything again.
In response to the concerns, the Municipal Director of the National Disaster Management Organization explained that the demolition exercise had been postponed due to unforeseen circumstances.
The Regional Director for NADMO called that the National Security has taken it, and the National Security, in collaboration with the 48, they will come soon. But for now, it has been suspended until the National Security confirm when that particular date will be fixed for the demolition.
For a part, the municipal chief executive of the area assured residents and traders that a new date for the demolition will be communicated, insisting the owner of the building has no permits. She apologized for any inconvenience caused.
The assembly kept giving him warning to pull the building down or to stop work till proper procedures were followed, because we've had structural integrity tests and it wasn't fit for purpose. The issue was in court, and so we couldn't get the backing that we wanted, because they also wanted to be sure that they wouldn't be caught up in any legal issues.
Years after safety concerns about the 6-story building first emerged, residents say they are becoming increasingly worried about delays in its demolition. Whilst the building continues to pose risk to motorists and residents, authorities say demolition plans are still being finalized. Currently, residents and hawkers, traders around have all vacated their business work area, waiting for the final day for the demolition. Joseph Armstrong, Gold Alibu, TV3, School Junction, Accra.
Now, away from that, two families narrowly escaped death after their apartment was destroyed by a devastating mudslide at Parisqua in the Sekedi on Sunday evening. My colleague Abraham Mensah has been to the scene and reports.
The one-story structure perched on an elevated slope at Parisqua began showing signs of structural weakness on Friday as heavy rains eroded the surrounding earth. Conditions deteriorated over the weekend, and at approximately 9 p.m. on Sunday, the building gave way entirely, swept downhill by the saturated mud into the valley below. According to preliminary reports, all occupants managed to evacuate the premises prior to the collapse, and no casualties have been recorded. Authorities have confirmed that no injuries or fatalities occurred. However, survivors are now grappling with the total loss of their property and personal effects, which remain trapped under the rubble. One affected resident who declined to appear on camera expressed deep frustration with the response from the National Disaster Management Organization. He alleged that despite a site assessment by NADMO officials, no relief items, including food, shelter, or clothing, have been provided to them.
We were all hoping that they would come to our rescue. Actually, when they came, since morning, we spent about 3-4 hours with them, and nothing better has come out. Later, if something has happened like this, one, we have kids. We've lost everything. Where to even prepare food is not there. So we thought that when you come, you are able to give us hope. You've taken us through a lot of talks and discussions here and there with empty stomach and our kids. And then later you tell us that, NADMO is not about sharing rice and those things. You understand? So I, for instance, I wasn't okay with them, so I left them. You see, they came in their numbers, but I think NADMO is going to help. This has already happened. I thought NADMO would come. Those affected, at least they will have something for them. In the first place, they are human beings. You want to engage them. They have to eat. Nothing of that sort. We just came with the talking here and there, meetings here and there, took our data and everything, and now they've gone. What they told us, the only assurance they gave us was that they said it's a plan B. The plan B is coming from the minister. What is that plan B? It's exposed to us.
The site remains unstable, and authorities are advising residents in adjacent hillside areas to remain vigilant as seasonal rains continue to pose landslide risks across the western region. Further assessments are expected to determine whether additional structures in the vicinity are compromised. Abraham Mensah, TV3 News, Parisqua, 2nd.
Now, as part of efforts to address rising accommodation costs in tertiary universities, the Rent Control Department is set to begin a full-scale engagement with hostel operators across the country on July 1, 2026. Acting Rent Commissioner Frederick Opoku also outlined sweeping reforms and the upcoming enforcement actions.
The Rent Control Department is preparing to move into a new phase of enforcement, targeting what it describes as unchecked increases in hostel accommodation costs. The department says it will meet hostel operators across the country on July 1 ahead of a broader regulatory push. Frederick Opoku is acting Rent Commissioner.
Rent Control Department under my leadership visited some hostels, right? And that we were believing that the rent laws of the Republic has been flouted left and center, right. Landlords and property owners are constantly increasing rents with no reasonable cause. And that the law says that we should stop them. And that as part of their compliance, we are going to do a nationwide review. And I have even asked hostel operators to hold on with their pricing for us to engage. I'm happy to let you know that by July 1, next month, we are meeting hostels across the country, here in Accra, that we won't use any Rambo style, any rough tactics, but we will ensure that we will do diplomacy, strategy, and strategic means to engage the hostel operators.
He also outlined planned reforms expected to change how rent issues are handled.
We have created the legal enforcement and compliance units that will complement the effort of the rent task force very soon. Rent control has been scarcely manual. The vision that I bring with the support of my team is to digitize rent control, which very soon in November we will have the first annual rent conference to be held here in Accra live, that we are going to engage landlords, tenants, brokers, and all of them, policy makers, and everybody to be part of it. Then you could see people who are even buying rent card are doing it online now. It means that we are going full digitized. Plans are far advanced. October, latest by November, we should see not less than about 2,000 rent task force deployed across the country.
The acting rent commissioner further revealed collaboration with key state institutions including security agencies and revenue authorities. But Frederick Opoku says enforcement will not be delayed, warning the sanctions will follow non-compliance.
I repeat, I reiterated number of that times, and let me take one more time to reiterate that no landlord in this country sitting at the comfort of a home to be increasing rent. The rent inspectors are going to be deployed. And that I've asked when I came, I said that I want to be law abiding. The ignorance of the law has never been an excuse, and it's not an excuse today.
He adds that a new phase of enforcement will soon begin with full digitization of rent systems and national registration of landlords.
Now to one of our headline stories. The Ministry of the Interior has suspended the operating license of Kantanka Security Services Limited with immediate effect. The suspension follows reports that the personnel of the company allegedly use unapproved uniforms and possess and use firearms and ammunition while providing private security services at Kwabenya in Accra on Sunday, June 21. The incident reportedly resulted in the injury of the former Dom Kwabenya Member of Parliament, Sarah Ajwa Safum. According to the ministry, the preliminary investigations point to possible breaches of laws regulating private security organizations in Ghana. The ministry says the alleged use of unprescribed uniforms, unauthorized firearms, ammunition, and security equipment raises serious public safety and security concerns. It has therefore directed Kantanka Security Services Limited to cease all operations immediately pending the conclusion of the investigations. Institutions and members of the public have also been advised not to conduct business with the company until further directives are issued. Moving on to some other stories now, as President John Dramani Mahama says the NDC-led administration is committed to implementing policies that seek to improve the quality of lives for Ghanaians. Speaking at the second anniversary of Rawlings Day, he underscored the impact of late Lieutenant Flight Jerry John Rawlings as still relevant in the current political dispensation. Samuel Yebo Adams reports.
The National Democratic Congress marked the second anniversary of Rawlings Day with a renewed commitment to the ideals of its founder, former President Jerry John Rawlings. Party leaders, members, family and supporters gathered to celebrate the life and legacy of the former head of state and statesman whose influence, they say, continues to shape the party's philosophy and approach to governance. Speaking at the event, President Mahama noted that the principles championed by Rawlings remains relevant to national development. He stressed that his administration is committed to implementing policies aimed at improving the living conditions of Ghanaians.
We understand the challenges facing our nation, but we also recognize the immense potential that lies before us. And I believe that together we shall build a stronger and more prosperous Ghana. And so as we celebrate our history today, we must remember that unity remains our greatest strength. The successes we have achieved as a party over the years have always been rooted in our ability to place our collective interests above our individual ambitions.
The national chairman of the party, Johnson Esiedun Ketia, described Rawlings as a visionary leader whose values of accountability, discipline and social justice continue to inspire the party's direction.
There must be something that will connect this country to the works of President Jerry John Rawlings. And as it has been said by several philosophers, that a nation that does not honor its heroes is not worth dying for. So it is also true that a party or any organization that does not honor its heroes is also equally not worth dying for.
NDC General Secretary Fifi Fiavikwete urged party members to draw inspiration from Rawlings' dedication to public service and commitment to the welfare of ordinary Ghanaians. Speaking on behalf of the Rawlings family, Kimathi Rawlings said the family's hope is that the values of integrity, accountability and service that defined Jerry John Rawlings' life will continue to inspire both leaders and citizens.
By naming this headquarters after Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, the NDC has permanently inscribed his name into the very home of the ideals, sacrifices, and aspirations to which he devoted his life. The enduring recognition is not simply about honoring a man, it is about preserving and reaffirming the values that inspired a movement and helped shape a nation.
As part of effort to preserve his memory, the party unveiled a commemorative plaque and a bust in honor of its founder and called on party faithful to uphold the values that define Rawlings' public life and continue his vision for national progress. Samuel Yabua Adams, TV3 News, Accra.
Moving on to some education-related stories, as the Ghana Education Service says a committee will be formed to investigate reports of extravagant and flamboyant post-graduation ceremonies in some senior high schools following a ministerial directive imposing an immediate ban on the activities. GES Director General Professor Ernest Davis described the trend as unacceptable culture that risks deepening social inequalities among students, warning that heads who fail to enforce the ban will face outright dismissals.
Graduating from school is a moment of pride, excitement and success for students after years of hard work, perseverance and sacrifice. But what should be a celebration of academic achievement is drifting towards display of family wealth, and the Ghana Education Service GES fears this could deepen social divisions among students.
Management is against the practice of such ostentatious displays by parents on school premises. This is not a kind of school culture the service and many Ghanaians support. Parents who want to do so can do so at home. All post-examination flamboyant celebrations and graduation ceremonies are banned until further notice. We don't want the situation where students will go home and ask parents why they couldn't give them cars.
This issue has raised questions over whether schools are losing their core values of discipline, modesty, and equal opportunity. GES will set up a committee to provide recommendations.
A committee will be formed to review all celebrations on school premises, including speech and prize-giving days, and come out with guidelines to ensure standardization. We haven't actually had a report involving private schools. But if we investigate and we see that it's widespread, we'll make sure that it doesn't become part of our school culture here at all. So we'll look into what the private schools are doing as well.
Heads of schools have been warned.
In other words, we want to change the situation. If they cannot change the situation will change them. I will remove them. I'll get somebody who can put the feet down.
Some have asked whether it is a moral or an ethical issue, or it is simply about poverty, or much ado about nothing. There are existing regulations that have not been implemented much, and some have blamed authorities for not implementing them, questioning the setup of a committee to probe the matter. Christian Yali, TV3 News.
Now, from education to energy, the Africa Center for Energy Policy has warned that Ghana risks missing its renewable energy target unless government agencies and stakeholders coordinate their efforts more in that space. Despite a range of design policies to accelerate the country's transition into cleaner energy, concerns remain over slow implementation and fragmented institutional efforts. Moving on to agriculture now. In the face of the growing challenges that Ghana confronts its cocoa production in the traditional cocoa growing regions, and we're talking about the Volta and Oti regions, now they are positioning to become the new frontiers to shore up the country's output. Stakeholders in the two regions are calling for public-private sector partnership to ensure a sustainable production that will not only increase productivity, but also provide jobs.
in the last few years has seen a significant decline, with national output dropping from 1 million metric tons to as low as 531,000 tons in the 2023-2024 season, before moving upwards to an estimated 700,000 tons. Despite this marginal increase, concerns have risen, with a downturn attributed to a combination of climate change, pests and disease, and most especially the rampant galamsey menace in the cocoa growing regions. In light of this, stakeholders are advocating for a shift to places like the Volta and Oti regions to shore up the country's production.
In the 70s and the 80s, the Volta region was the hub of cocoa. But after the wildfire 83, we lost that glory. So it's good all of us have come together now and realize the fact that we have to go back to that our old government of doing the cocoa hub. It's about the land, getting a land devoid of galamsey activities, so that we can get the premium cocoa that everybody is proud of.
So our focus on Volta region is simple. Over the years, the traditional cocoa growing areas have had challenges, including they are all climate-fed, the rain-fed farms. There is also the fights over the land where we have galamsey as well, and also the swollen shoot disease that has taken over large cocoa plantations.
The Volta and Oti regions already produce an estimated 10,000 metric tons of cocoa annually, with experts saying this could increase if the necessary interventions are made. To actualize this vision of making the two regions the new frontiers for cocoa production, 400,000 improved high-yield cocoa seedlings are being distributed to farmers in the Hohwe, Pando, Afajato, Biakoe, and the Guan areas.
This initiative is not done all by ourselves. We had the support of Cocoa Board to do this, to promote Volta region as the new frontier for cocoa production. It's upon this that we are distributing the 400,000 cocoa seedlings. For us, cocoa production is the heart of Ghana. Cocoa is a crime or is the name of Ghana.
Though cocoa prices continue to plummet on the world market, MP for Guan, Fred Agbenyo, says there are better days ahead.
We all know the problem with the world market price of cocoa. But the good news is that, as the president said not too long ago, we are trying to process at least 50% of the cocoa beans that we produce in this country. The eventual target is that we move to 100%. The price of cocoa eventually will bounce back to where all of us want it to be. And so if you are doing cocoa farming, you are doing some animal husbandry here and there, you are doing poultry alongside, there's no way you can be there and be struggling and say that there's no money.
With support from Cocoa Board, Afarinik is expected to utilize climate-smart agricultural practices to nurse and produce over 2 million cocoa seedlings to revitalize cocoa production in the two regions. Faisal Abdul Idrisu, TV3 News.
Another big day for the Black Stars and Ghanaians, and we wish them the very best. But that's how we end News Morning here on TV3. For more news, please check our website at 3news.com. I am Enyunam Haliga. New Day continues. Water break.
Yes,
water break. Okay, so by 9:30.
Yeah, they're about almost 10.
Oh, hydration break. Yes, hydration break. Yeah.
What did you say? Water
hydration break. Yeah. But you know, the players are saying the hydration break, most of them do not like it. Especially because if there's a particular team dominating at the time, it's like a break in transition and they don't like it. So I don't know if FIFA would want to take a look at it.
Was it Mbappe or someone who was saying that it depends? If you are winning, you don't like it. If you are losing, it's good for you because
exactly.
it helps you to
re-strategize.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it really depends. But who score?
Like you have no before you even start talking. This your polo or is it polo t-shirt, whatever it is,
baby.
It's
Nina.
really nice.
I love you.
It's
Thank you, Nina. I told you
nice.
about it last week.
Yes,
right?
you
Nina,
did. You
You need to furnish us with more.
It's really nice.
The team really likes it as well.
The texture of the
quality.
fabric.
Now Nina. It's her business that she runs. It's called Afritude. And she wants a lot of Africans to understand that you can still be African and have the attitude.
Yeah. It's really nice.
And she doesn't like the fact that, we have to buy jerseys made from
international brands and all of that.
So she's trying to push this agenda so that instead of us going for these jerseys,
this is really
by the way, we'll have a Ghanaian.
This is really
so
cool.
This is the
but
whole
this
idea
year
of it.
in particular, there are different kinds, versions, renditions of the jerseys that we've had are super impressive. Like different designs here and there. If you're not wearing the yellow or the white that we are wearing this morning, it's like the one that Bella is wearing. And even at the stadium, you realize that people are wearing all sorts and all kinds of different ones, and they really look good. And it all speaks the same Ghanaian language of support for the Black Stars. Black Stars, listen, we've been doing it for you all over these years. I mean, 20 years ago, when you started going to the World Cup, we started supporting you, and we are still supporting you. So the day you were speaking, and the English journalist asked him that what's the one thing that's going to make the difference for your team, and then he said that's the word you just used, team. Yes, he said that's the word you just used. So it's going to be teamwork. It's going to be a collaborative work today. And of course, Thomas Partey is also joining the party tonight.
I was impressed that you could speak Spanish so well.
That
was really cool, actually.
So hopefully the boys do it for us. Well, by 9:30, as Bella said, we'll know our smoothness level. Whether we are pulling out our calculations to start. Okay, so if who again is in our group? Panama. So who is Panama playing again?
Panama is going home. Croatia.
Okay, so if Croatia scores Panama, or if Panama scores Croatia, I don't want to get into the
they should draw.
No, you should.
They should draw 0-0 so that we will score England. So that England, of course, will be in the top two. Then the two of them can fight for third place.
So you guys really do believe that we'll score England today, eh?
2-1.
2-1 today.
2-1
today.
Okay.
2-1.
Hurricane. We should put respect on her name because.
Oh, because she predicted right.
And it was
she predicted right.
Last
it was
week I wasn't
1-0.
really sure, but this week,
You are
very sure.
Yeah. But Koku Sam says that he's put a spell on Hurricane, and Hurricane is cursed and he's not going to score today. Is it possible?
Let's see what happens.
Let's be careful though. But I mean,
what
of course,
has he done? No, it's actually a whole news item, out there in the English newspapers that he's been bewitched. I saw it yesterday.
Already,
and I'm like, but what has he done?
Already, that powder that guy blew in the stadium last week is causing us a lot of havoc.
That powder, there was nothing inside.
They actually believe it.
Yeah, they actually.
So funny enough, I saw in Panama.
Snoop Dogg even posted about it.
So let me tell you. So there's like a social media craze in Panama because of that. There's a baby powder company
I've seen it.
And they posted the guy's picture. I think
and they put it in his hand.
Well, maybe this powder is actually for babies and not the other powder that you guys
yesterday I was checking the Facebook page of the England football team, and they posted their guys training and said that they are doing their last training before facing Ghana. Go and see the comment section.
Oh yes,
oh my God, it was just so funny.
Will score you.
Yes, we will take your rice, cook jollof with it at her party, and the party is spelled Thomas Partey.
Oh, that's
nice. I guess today's match is really the World Cup finale. It will be the determining factor to see Ghana through the next stage, or just to see Ghana come back home. But we cancelled that one. Ghana is not coming back. Ghana is progressing to the next stage.
To
We are not coming back. So Ghana is progressing to the next stage
of the competition, hopefully. But I guess it's only right that we open the phone lines, we activate the phone lines later on for us to pick your predictions, your thoughts, and your concerns, especially about today's match. But kudos to the Ghana team. I think they've done well. But they've been chilling, going out there buying coffee and all of that, taking photos. It's actually a chill time for them.
As well. There's a lot of pressure on them. So
there's pressure.
They need a way to sort of, you know, bring down the pressure.
I saw the one with Antoine Semenyo taking the picture of his wife, and the way people are interpreting it, like, this is a guy
don't let any boy tell you that they don't have time.
Exactly.
Don't let any guy lie to you that they don't have time. After playing 90+ minutes,
he had time for his
to go and take photos of his fiancée.
I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, and you, Kweku Boateng, you are sitting there and saying, well, you've been busy, so you didn't text.
You can't even call for 10 minutes.
Can you imagine?
Kweku Boateng is not happy this morning. Kweku Boateng. Hey, but I would say that this is a game between the 3 Lions and the 33 Lions.
I know, right?
The coach also says that
he said
yes, we're playing against the 3 Lions, but they should get ready because they're meeting the 33 Lions.
But
how about the 33 Eagles, though?
Yeah.
No, we are not Eagles. We are Lions.
For today, you like the Lions?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how Eagle and Lion will fight.
Because in our thing, no, the Eagle would fly, so we'll just carry the ball and we'll just be putting it.
They didn't make it to the World Cup. They are in their country. So let's not associate with them. Otherwise we'll come back.
But you know they are supporting us, right? The whole of Nigeria.
Not all of them.
Nigeria is supporting us.
No,
are you
don't
serious?
be mistaken. No. So
Niger. They are not supporting us.
I saw a funny video of one of their comedians, I think, and he was like, Charlie, you Ghanaians have messed up our agenda because they literally stayed up to watch the game, the first one, and they were hoping that we'll lose so they control us from social media.
I mean, there's always that
friendly
between us and
of course,
Nigeria.
but they were hoping they could control us, but that didn't happen. So I guess at this point, they don't have a choice than to support us, even if they don't like it.
But ladies and gentlemen, in all of this, can we just have a 30-second brief on the GOAT of the moment, Lionel Andres Messi?
Oh, yes.
Lord Jesus.
Yes.
Listen,
that goal yesterday was
Argentina has the best player in the world, and it hurts me to know that this is his last World Cup. Lionel Messi is the greatest of all time. Last week, what's his name again? Erling Haaland posted on his Snapchat and said, Lionel Messi is a madman. Listen, all Argentina fans, and then what team does he play for again? He's now with Inter Miami.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's now with Inter Miami. But every team that Messi has ever played for, listen, kudos to all of you.
There was a goal he scored
You did the best selection ever.
There was a goal he scored
after throwing away the penalty.
Exactly. No, but he scored some goal that I thought was really cool because he tried to hit it.
Yes.
It hit the keeper, came back, and he said, no, I'm hitting this.
And it went straight into it.
And for me, that was it.
Oh,
and he's broken the World Cup record.
Yes, he has. He's the top goal scorer. All-time top goal scorer.
Exactly. So
Lionel Messi, you are the greatest
the Ronaldo
of
fans,
all.
I don't know how
Look, they're arguing already in studio. There's no argument. Lionel Messi is the GOAT.
But
he's the greatest of all time.
Happy. Don't do that.
But you know what happens?
That he's not happy.
You go on X.
Lionel Messi's record right now.
Of course.
Mbappe
Team
is
Mbappe.
amazing.
Hello, baby.
as possible. But let's just quickly go through the lineup for you today. And rife, trending everywhere is the Kantanka family feud, security issues, their license being taken from them, and then Nana Kofina actually turning himself into the police and all of that. A whole lot of issues surrounding that. But we'll be taking a look at the security services license that has been suspended, what the regulations are, because from what we are told, the amount of ammunition that was retrieved from his car and then the house where the police had the warrant to search is over and beyond what the regulation allows. So we'll be taking a look at that one. And then another disturbing feature, which I think, if you ask me, should have been banned years ago, is the splurging and the display of cars, money, bouquets, phones, and all of that, just to congratulate. I'm not saying that do not. Yes, I'm not saying that don't congratulate your children, but with what this life brings, to congratulate them in that manner, only at SHS level. Then when they finish university and finish their masters, what would you do? And you know, my auntie was saying yesterday that how about their time when you remember when the subjects were 12 and they were very tough. These days, I mean, excuse my French, but even the courses have been watered down a little bit. Now they are able to even conquer more than those times when you're about to write SSCE. It was like war. It was the most difficult exam here in this country, and it was believed that once you are done with your WASI or SSCE, university is even cocoa for you. So BCE is a little lenient, you know, you can pass if you learn a little, but the tug of war in this country back then, and I'm sure even now, was was WASI. But to be splurging and showing no.
And I think that's why the GES and many people and organizations are supporting the GES anyway. You know, yesterday, the Director General held a press conference early in the morning.
Look,
and said
I'm not cutting you, but remember even our day, when there wasn't enough chicken on your food, look how you felt bad. Or look how you felt even when you couldn't take food to school and all your friends were eating rice and chicken and all of that. To this. And the man was right. The GES, was it the Director General? He was right that people will go home and go and ask their parents that, why didn't you buy me? Exactly.
But you know, yesterday I read the statement from Edward Carey. We're talking about the daughter asking him for money, and he said he didn't have. And the daughter asked him, why don't you have?
Can you imagine?
And it was like, can you imagine that? Exactly the same thing he said.
A lot of pressure. And beyond that, it's also pressure on the kids.
Yes.
Because yesterday I was listening to a conversation, and the person was saying that, so you give your child a car. Now your child is done with school, faces the real world, and does not have access to some of these things because they can't even provide it themselves. Do you understand the mental pressure you've put on this child? Because she's thinking, but when I was in SS, I had a car. Why can't I get it? So she should be forced to get involved.
That's why they do
to get involved in any kind of activity, just so they can live up to expectations. Because again, your friends are also seeing you as the coolest kid in school.
You know.
You're going to try your best to maintain that standard as well. It's pressure. And we don't talk about mental health as much in this country as well. So people are dealing with it silently, but they are going through some of these things as well. So the parents have to be measured. I know you've been through a lot. You want to show your child that you're happy they've been through school, they're done. But first of all, you can do it privately. We don't need to see everything that you're doing for your child. If you want to do it at home. Wait for them to come home. So you don't also put undue pressure on other parents and even students in that school as well. I mean, it's
become
very
a competition.
And think of
really
your own
sad.
child as well. Because you're putting pressure on your child to always live up to a certain standard they may not be able to.
Imagine getting the kind of car that we are told this child got. By 2-3 years' time, you tell yourself, oh, 3 years ago, this is the car I had. So I want a bigger and a better one. And how are you going to provide for that?
Maybe they have the means to provide it. That's why they've started on this threshold.
If you do, that's fine. I don't mind. I mean, I'll be happy to also provide for my family
I would
as well.
too. But do it privately. But don't go and put undue pressure on other parents. And
what was the end goal of that? I
have no idea. I have no idea.
What was the end goal? Because now you see, you've messed it up for everybody. So there's probably a parent who genuinely thinks that their children should go through graduation. And so they can also come and cheer their kids on. Now, because of you, it's been suspended. There are people who are even calling for the complete abolition of that.
No, but that's what the GES has done. It is prohibited.
No, well, they said
it is banned.
I mean, indefinitely. But what Kofi Asare was saying was that, in fact, they should actually abolish it completely. We shouldn't even bring it back. But of course, the Parent Teachers Association are saying that don't completely abolish, just review it so that there are limits as to what parents can do. And the requests that will be coming from the schools to the parents to provide for these students during graduation. So, I mean, it's a very serious matter, but I do hope that for those parents who are involved in this, they look back and realize that they probably made a mistake in how they publicized it.
Well, but now they can't do it again because GS is saying that if you do it as a head of school, if you allow it, exactly.
You'll be sacked.
So I think moving forward, there's a directive on this already, so people know and should know what to do about this.
All right, cool.
It's
anyway,
sad,
it's still TV3 Newday. Welcome to this morning's segment. We'll take a breather and we'll connect with you very soon on the telephone lines.
We're going to make a decision tomorrow, start still in treatments. Today was much better, but the decision will be made tomorrow after the final medical assessment tomorrow. So gracias, thank you for your question. Along my life, I never talk individual about play. I only talk about one specific player in my team, which is the team. My team in the last game was resilient, was play with discipline, with full concentration, with only one thing in the mind, fight for the win. As I always say, we have to find a way to win, find a way to win. Panama was one game, now it's a different game. We're gonna introduce a couple of different players on the starting lineup. And my favorite player, which is the team, I hope will be better. It will be better. We're able to progress. Starting lineup tomorrow. They'll be strong, enthusiastic, with a lot of motivation to get the result that we need to move forward.
One of the threats is the counter-attack because Ghana plays with a lot of physicality. They play with a lot of speed.
And you're still here on Newday on TV3. Welcome to This Morning segment. And we are talking about the Black Stars. We want to hear your predictions. We want to hear what you think we'll be doing tonight. And of course, we'll be going across the country as well to bring reactions, what people are expecting. Bakuki, I don't know whether you have a reaction this morning in terms of maybe prediction, actually.
The reaction is that our Ghana Black Stars will be in top shape performance today against the 3 Lions. And we've declared this morning that they are fighting or they are competing against 33 other Lions, right? Yeah. So imagine 33 million divided by 3 is what? All right, let's go to some of the regions and see exactly what the look and feel is like for the Black Stars ahead of tonight's game. Remember, it is at 8 p.m. and it will be shown live here on TV3 during Mundial Daily. Of course, 3 Sports would also be extensively talking about it. But let's go to the Volta region where Faisal Idrisu is on standby. Faisal, if you can hear us, good morning to you.
Okay, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm well, yourselves?
I'm not okay. I'm disappointed that you are not in your Black Stars jersey. What happened? Where is yours? Should I send you one immediately?
Cookie, I have my Black Stars jersey. and I am supporting the Black Stars tonight. It is just too early yet, so you wait. Later in the day.
Faisal, what do you mean? Benuka, too early, Benuka.
I just woke up to the fever again, and so very soon you'll see me in my Black Star branded jersey, and hey, we are off.
Send me a photo. Send me a photo when you wear it. Send me a photo.
I sure will do that so that you post it online for our audience.
Please,
as well.
we will. But tell us, from back in the day, we've been supporting the Black Stars, and I'm sure from last night there's been discussions, there's been talks, little pockets here and there about the people's support for the Black Stars. What's the Volta region saying this morning?
Well, you know, it got to a point. Not too many people had confidence in the Black Stars. Myself, I had that feeling at the point that we're never going to make it anywhere. But then the first game last week actually brought back what people have been yearning for many years. That win against Panama actually rejuvenated the love and that kind of support the people of the Volta region, for that matter, Ghanaians have for the Black Stars. Last week, we witnessed wild jubilations right after the match. There were several viewing centers dotted across the region. Private individuals, businesses are taking advantage of it. I mean, when you get to very popular spots in Ho, you would notice that huge, viewing screens have been mounted. And just as yesterday, when I was in town, I observed that people are already getting ready, mounting stage, mounting viewing screens at various vantage points, and particularly the businesses ahead of tonight. I am sure by 5 p.m. today, people will be moving to the centers, because last week what we witnessed was the fact that prior to the game, the centers were inundated with the playing of Bobobo and all that local performances. So tonight, I am pretty much sure that we're going to witness something bigger than we saw last week, because last week, not many people thought the Black Stars was going to win the match. They have won, and today we are going into another game with all the confidence and that excitement later tonight.
Okay. Before you go, how is that boosting the economy of the Volta region as well? You've talked about entrepreneurs and businesses and all of that. Are they making money? Are they making profits?
Definitely. Sales are going up. I think that's one thing we are going to focus on later tonight, because yesterday, the viewing centers I passed through, which are already businesses on their own, are already preparing. What it means is that they saw something good out of what happened last week. And so that is what they are preparing for. So later tonight, we'll be engaging some of these business owners to see how this whole thing is impacting their businesses. I'm not too sure anybody who is making a loss would this evening be mounting huge screens and all of that, just to welcome people to come and watch at the end. So we'll focus on that as well later tonight, see how this whole business of the World Cup is shaping and impacting local businesses here in the Volta region, particularly where I am currently speaking to you from.
Okay. You know, we'll definitely pick your predictions before you say goodbye to us this morning. Faisal Idrisu, tell me, what are your predictions?
The Black Stars picked all 3 points against Panama. For me, I am wishing for and hoping for a draw against England. Then I'm hoping for a draw against England. I hope we also get a draw against Croatia later. Then we should be able to get some 5 points.
I don't like your level of confidence. Why are you drawing? Why are you scared to say that the Black Stars will score England? Is it that you think we don't have the capability?
Looking at the strength of the two teams, you know, it's a tournament, anything can happen.
Right.
But I would be more comfortable with a draw, at least if we are able to get a draw against England. That should be a good boost for us going into the next game.
Okay. You want to be conservative this morning, so it's okay. A draw against England, a draw against Croatia. Abdul Faisal Idrisu, please go and wear your jersey. Make sure your phones, all your phones are charged, because I'll be coming to you for a lot more videos this evening after we win against England.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You too. So that was Faisal Abdul Idrisu, our Volta regional correspondent, telling us exactly what the atmosphere is like in the Volta region ahead of tonight's game against England. We've activated the phone lines. Please do call us. Our first caller is on the telephone lines. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, sir. Who are we speaking with?
Awombila John from Boko.
Awombila from Boko, my brother. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yes, greetings from the king of Kosau to your dear sister Kukuti, Beatrice, and sister Bella.
This one, they're directly from my hometown to you guys. All right. Right. Let's hear you say tonight at 8 o'clock.
Let's pray. I have the confidence that we'll win.
Okay.
Though they are our colonial masters. In Kosal, we have experience in that when you give birth to a child, you pray that your child should be bigger than you.
Okay.
So that spirit is going to happen today. We'll beat them 3-1.
Hey! Wow! I won't be like.
Yes,
I like the vim. I like the vim. I like the vim. I like the vim.
Yes, from the spirit of Kosal.
Okay. I like the vim.
The greetings to all of you for the good work that you have done to the nation and to Africa and to the world.
All right. Thank you.
May God bless you people.
Amen.
And greetings to all the top chiefs of Kosal.
Thank you so much for calling us. Thank you. You have to make it snap because a lot of people want to give their predictions as well.
I love his energy.
I know. I love the energy too. But one of us from 3 Sports, Oreku Ampofo, had a conversation with some of the players ahead of the game tonight. Let's watch.
Ghana would be playing its second World Cup group game as they face England. So essentially, this is match day -1, where you can see all 26 players currently training, plus Solomon Agbasi, who is an emergency goalkeeper. Speaking of the goalkeeping department, Lawrence Atizigi, he started the training session right from the beginning, and he's currently involved in the training session. There were talks as to whether he'll be fit enough for the England match. Daniel Gaspar, who is the goalkeepers coach, did mention that it's going to be a day-to-day process where they monitor him. But from the look of things and how he's been involved from the training session right from the warm-up, he's been kicking, he's been diving. It's fair to say that he is definitely back fit and is in contention to start again when Ghana plays against England. There's also Thomas Partey, who missed the first game against Panama in Canada due to visa issues, but he's also here training as he is currently eligible to play in the US, and so he is definitely expected to be involved in that one as well. So all players are training. Before the training session, we had the chance to interact with a few of the players, starting with Thomas Partey, who, despite missing the game against Panama, is looking forward to facing his former teammates in the England side.
Well, I think I'm not the only one who played there. There are still players who are playing there. And I think it's about team collective play. We have to, work on our way of play and try to, compete with them.
Gideon Mensah, who formed part of a defense that kept a clean sheet against Panama at the BMO field, says that he's also looking forward to the challenge of facing wingers such as Noni Madueke and Bukayo Saka from Arsenal.
Coming against players like this is it's a dream for me. I see myself to be a player for big games and big players. So it's just time for me to also shine and wherever. People are tipping them to be the favorites and whatnot, but then I'm trying to make sure that after the game, the news is going to change around it.
Captain of the side, Jordan Ayew, did set a record by playing against Panama as he became the Ghanaian with the most ever appearances, surpassing his elder brother, Andre Ayew. For Jordan, the record doesn't mean much, as he says that it's all about the team at this tournament and how far they can go. However, he believes that in a game such as crucial as this one between Ghana and England, it could be the margins, such as set pieces, that could be the difference, given how strong the two teams have been from the dead ball in the past 12 months.
Of course, it's an achievement and everything like that, but when you're in a big tournament like this, you don't think about all those things, But like I said, I can only thank God, I can only thank my family, and thank the Ghanaians for their support as well. So, there's still more to come, and we keep going. We're in a tournament, and I'm not really focused about that. The most important thing for me is to focus on the team and make sure that we perform. Of course, set pieces are so important in the game now that it will be defined. This game will be defined by little margins, fine margins, So at the end of the day, we need to focus on attacking set piece and defensive set piece, and we need to execute it as best as we can, and we'll see what happens.
And so here it goes. We're ready for the first ever competitive meeting between England and Ghana. It's one that many people are looking forward to. For Ghana, they've never lost a second group game in the World Cup. And for England, they've never lost against an African side. Definitely, one has to give when these two teams face off at the Boston Stadium on Tuesday. Ray Kwampofo reporting from Rhode Island, Bryant University for 3 Sports.
Never lost against an African team. We should be the first they would. Yes.
We should be the thank you very much for
them,
those interviews. You're looking forward to a great match tonight. Many of you, they cannot predict from the messages that I have here.
But some have
Courage
predicted.
Kotoka says that, as a matter of fact, I cannot predict the outcome. But what I do know is that we will either win or play a draw to qualify to the next stage. That's all. I believe strongly that God is Ghanaian. And Randa Shao has also sent a message this morning and saying that today our goal will be louder. The scoreline will be 1-0 against England. We are winning the game tonight.
That would be
Randa
sweet.
Shao.
But I think we have another caller on the line.
we do.
Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Please tell us your name, where you're calling us from.
Yeah, my name is Eric. I'm from Tongo.
Eric, okay. Thank you so much for joining us. You must be excited ahead of our game tonight.
I'm very excited. I'm waiting the Black Star on the way.
Okay.
We're beating England. They said they have never lose against an Africa, and today they are going to lose.
Exactly. What's your prediction, though?
We are winning them 2-1.
2-1. Okay, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are you in your jersey, although we can't see you? Are you in your jersey this morning?
I'm very excited.
Okay.
All right, good.
Thank you so much for calling in and for giving us your predictions. Prince Henry Koforidia says, good morning, Queen Beatrice. You people are looking awesome in the studio. Ghana Black Stars will win by 2 goals against England today.
Okay.
God bless our homeland, Ghana. And there's Prince Nana Yao York says, good morning, Beatrice, Bella, and Cookie. Please tell Cookie we don't need calculator. Ghana is winning this match against England. Last week, I said we will win without party. And today, we are winning with party against England to enjoy our party.
Hey! Agubila Godwin says, good morning, team. New day. Greetings to the Abagri Agog, the incoming chairman of the NDC Binduri constituency. Kukiti, Binduri youth needs your support. Today is the day England will smile the rod of Ghana. Hey, 2-1 against England will be the scoreline. Ose Ghana. All right, no problem. Another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Cookie.
Yes.
How are you?
Very well. Is this Peter T?
Yeah.
Oh wow, Peter T. It's been a while. I miss you. How are you doing?
I miss you too. I'm doing well. How are you doing too?
Very well. What do you think the scoreline tonight will be?
Cookie T. I think that the scoreline must be one predictable, like how we are going to be now, because I'm expecting Black Star for the second time. No, they have done it to Germany before.
Okay.
When the West came to West, they played draw, 2-2 draw. So I want them to justify their inclusion and then reaffirm their talents. And their standard to indicate that they are truly Ghanaians and they are going to fight for that. So I'm predicting that if not 2-1 for Ghana, the West should be draw against both teams. Because this is a very difficult and a strong match. But we should pray, especially your prayers. I learned you are now a pastor, one of the churches in Ghana. So try to push this prayer for Black.
We want to know.
Peter T.
I have heard.
Listen, I'm a daughter of the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. And if you know Action Chapel for anything in this world, it is for prayer. It is the prayer house. So yes, I do know how to pray. And we'll be praying tonight for the Ghana Black Stars. Anyway, more callers are on the line. But Kwame Acidity says, good morning, team. By hook or crook, Ghana Black Star will come out with flying colors tonight. The spirit of the Ghana Black Star is back. Special greetings to Chairman Sadiq, incoming AHAF Original Organizer, and Honorable Awudu Razak, AHAF Original Secretary Hopeful. Kwame Acidity, Thank you for your message. More callers. Oh, sorry.
Seven Penwa says, good morning, Beatrice. History will repeat tonight, inshallah. Ghana 2 versus England 1. There's Nene Gaddafi says, good morning, Beatrice. The spirit of discipline, patriotism, and teamwork will be the only way to overcome England in today's game. My prediction is Ghana 2, England 1. I'm getting a lot of 2 for Ghana and 1 for England, but we have another call on the line. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Please tell us your name, where you're calling us from.
Good morning. This is Frederick from Tempani.
Yes, Frederick. Thank you for joining us. Please share with us your own reactions to the team ahead of tonight's game.
To me, I never had hope on the Black Stars, but what I saw on the match against Panama is giving us hope that there is a new Black Star that is coming to do some wonders for us.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
I think we are supposed to draw this match, or we win 1-0 again against England.
Okay.
All right.
Draw 1. Thank you very much, Frederick.
I think Alaji Bini Mushele is struggling to get through the telephone lines today. It's okay. Give way for some other people to also call. But he says, good morning, Cookie, Beatrice, and Bella. Listen to what he's saying. He says, today be today. Ghana will win or will win.
No other option but to win.
No. Ghana will win or will win. No doubt about that. All right, Alaji, thank you so much for your message this morning. He's contesting for the communications director for the Savlugu constituency on the ticket of the NDC. We do hope that that goes well for you. Yes. Aziz Donla says, I'm fasting today for the team. Come one, come all. It will shock the world today. Good morning to Alaji Alasan Bangu. Alaji, good morning to you and Prof. Mahmoud Khalid, economic advisor to the vice president. So Aziz Donla is predicting a 1-1 draw.
Wow.
1-1 draw between Ghana and England.
Nice.
I'm told our last caller has joined us on the telephone lines. Hello, good morning. This is TV3 Newday.
Good morning. My name is Fudi Salia, calling from Upper West.
All right. It looks like the telephone lines are directed to the northern region today. Talk to us.
Yes, that means that our prayers have answered. Most of the contribution come from the southern part. It's now for the northern part.
I can see that.
Yes.
What are your predictions?
We are coming with victory.
Amen.
Because our players are coming with surprises. So, inshallah, the victory is on our side.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. And in Alaji Gruse's voice, Nyame ya aduma yabawini. Yabawini, yeah, Nyame ya aduma yabawini. Monaguchi, good morning to you. And she says, Cookie, all our ancestors are wearing their Ghana jerseys, waiting patiently for England at the Boston Stadium. Today, the colonial masters will be colonized. Hey, Monaguchi, they won't see this party coming. Wow.
Yes,
and
so
look at the way
it spells party.
And then see this, see this is CEDIS. That's in cities.
Ghana cities.
Oh, wow. Buzz, baby, buzz, Monaguchi. All right.
Mustafa Loa Manya Krobo says, good morning, Beatrice. Ghana 2, England 1. Hey. Ghana is winning. And perhaps I can read this from Bonti Benjamin. It says, good morning, Beatrice. I'm very optimistic that the Black Stars will colonize England by 2-1. Go high, Ghana. And so many of you sending your messages. Bolga from landlord Bolga D-Line says, good morning. Whether Ghana Black Stars win or lose. Ghana Black Stars win or lose. The Black Star will qualify to the next stage from Bolga, landlord Bolga D-Line.
Okay.
And perhaps I can read this last one. Coming from MK Erickson Techiman, he says, Ghana Black Stars shall win 2-1 against England. This 2-1 has become a lot. I'm looking forward to it. Ghana will score the first goal under 10 minutes, and England will equalize from 31st minute, and Ghana will seal the winning goal in the second half, making it 2-1 against England.
Listen, so Stephen Peng has actually sent as a photo. I wish you could see it. I didn't see it on time. So I probably will send it to the producers to project. But then in the Gold Coast, actually, before we became Ghana, back in the day, the Gold Coast scored England 2-1. And he has a photo of it here and says that
it's a newspaper.
history, yes, let me just send it to the producers and see if we'll be able to project before we go. But he took the photo from a newspaper, and it's showing us here that Ghana, the Gold Coast at the time, scored,
Actually, I read his message,
the
but
Gold
I didn't see the
Coast,
picture.
at the time, scored England 2-1. And he says that history will repeat itself today. I've just sent it. Unfortunately, we may not be able to project it before we go, but yes, it's here. Hopefully, that history repeats itself tonight. Yes, hopefully. So, Gold Coast 2, you see it there, and then
I
England
understand
1.
the reason behind the 2-1 predictions that have come in.
Yes, so that's why many people are saying 2-1. All right, so if they're saying they have not lost against any African side, that was after independence, so they should say it well. But today, history will repeat itself again. But remember to peck up your day, the Milky Way with the rich, smooth taste of Peck Milk Shortcake. It is pure delight, available everywhere in every little corner store here in the country. I'll get some for you, you get some for me, we get some for all our friends
with a party.
Yes, with a party tonight. All right, let's take a break. Bella Mundi will be back with the big issue.
Welcome back, and this is TV3 Newday. Of course, we're on till 10 a.m., but it's time now for the big issue. And good morning to you. If you just tuned in, we're grateful as always that you chose us over everyone else, and we hope you stay with us all throughout the day and throughout the week as well. Well, the big issue, we're talking about the topics that have made headlines all across the country in the last 24 hours or so. In fact, one of the conversations we're going to be having this morning is a very important one. It's been trending one way or the other in the last maybe 72 hours, but we're looking at it from a different angle. We're talking about, you know, the law and how it also governs private security organizations in this country with regards to the license that's given to them. And so what's prescribed for them, their uniforms, access to small arms, all of that. We'll be talking about that. And also much later, we'll get into, or maybe in fact, before we start anything, we'll talk about the Black Stars, because we're playing tonight at 8 p.m. And well, we're playing against the 3 Lions, but the coach, our coach says that they are playing against 33 Lions, which is us. So there's nothing to fear at all. We're definitely going to do our best and make sure that we score them to season. It's happening today. And so big ups to them. But of course, first off, let me say thank you very much, Nina, Afritude Movement. Thank you for my jersey. I absolutely love it. And you should check them out. At Afritude Movement on Instagram, on TikTok as well. She's very passionate about anything African and Ghanaian. So maybe you should check her out on TikTok as well at Nina Afritude Movement and get one for yourself as well. And of course, everyone is rocking their jerseys, except my guests. For some reason, I thought they were all coming today wearing their jerseys, but it looks like, the Vim no Sharad day like that. I'm sure that's probably the reason why. But let's introduce them to you. Of course, get into the conversation. If you're watching us on Facebook as well, good morning to you. We're grateful that you chose us this morning, and we hope that we can get a lot more of your comments coming in and questions, whatever it is you have to tell us. Of course, go ahead and do so. And so Dr. Ramsey is right next to me this morning. And of course, last week he was in a jersey. Why he's not in a jersey this morning, he will explain to us. Good morning, Dr. Ramsey.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Bella.
What happened to your jersey?
The Nigerians say you go explain tire.
This one you didn't have him, eh?
No. I mean, there's Vim, but because I'm going for a formal meeting after here, so.
Oh, but do I understand?
Yeah. But I'm with them in spirit. Don't worry. At home, I'm going to wear my jersey and cheer them on.
Okay. But you're optimistic that the boys will...
Bella.
You hold on.
Yeah, I'm very optimistic.
Hold on, I'll come to you so we get into it proper. Dr. Ramsey Nusa, by the way, is the Director of Political Research for the United Party. And also in the studio, Wanda Victor Kuto is a private legal practitioner, also a member of the NDC. Good morning.
Good morning.
You also didn't wear your jersey. Why? Why, Wanda? It's a wonder that you're not wearing your jersey this morning.
It is well.
It is well, eh? But how are you doing?
I'm
Good
fine,
to see you.
Yeah.
All right.
Over the weekend, I was in the Upper East region. I really enjoyed the place.
Okay.
Bongo, Sandema.
What took you there?
You know, we are having our branch elections, so we went to do the vetting and all of that. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we are starting from the base.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not too hot there. Is it raining heavily there?
Oh, not as compared to Accra.
Okay.
Very wonderful people.
Yes.
The Garu, Boku. Timpani.
They're incredible people.
It's extremely, very learned people. Learned, I mean.
Okay, well, my director is one of them. She said, oh, yes, we are. Well, I absolutely love them as well. A few times that I've been there, I've enjoyed myself.
This is my second time.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a dog meat.
Oh, you were looking forward to it? Okay. Well, maybe the next time. Maybe the next time.
Sorted you out. Really? I don't
but did you have guinea fowl at least? Or that's for just the northern region? Or guinea fowl is also for all the other regions as well. Okay. Anyway, Austin Braco Powers. Austin to the powers. Braco to the powers. He's in the studio with us this morning. He's a private legal practitioner. Good morning.
Morning, Bella.
How you doing?
I'm managing.
At least you are wearing green. It's definitely the red and the yellow.
Exactly. Just that it reflects the hope that we have in the Black Stars.
Okay.
You know, and I don't know, Bella, I don't know if you've noticed, you know, these days, because of the rain, some of our roads have turned into swimming pools. And I wonder what our engineers are doing to resolve the issues. When you look at Kaneshi, for instance, the Dansoma Junction, It's been like this for years.
Yeah. Is it the Hansonic
that
junction?
area?
They haven't fixed it?
I'm telling you.
Wow.
I'm telling you. I just saw gravel when I was just coming. I saw that they've just deposited gravels on the road. Maybe it signals an attempt to address the problem. But this has been there for years. And I think our engineers must be up and doing, particularly our roads and highways.
But first light is okay.
First light, because they are trying to construct major
around the first lights, but you guys didn't touch the Hansonic side because that place is a major problem.
It's a major area.
The problem was at first light. You remember, even if it rained for 10 minutes, you have to go and report.
Exactly. I agree.
That drainage has really.
Surprisingly, this time around, you would not see. You won't see any pool or maybe flood around that area. That place looks more open now. Because of the drainage that was constructed. But Hansonic is damaging. It's damaging.
They should fix it.
They have to work on that.
I hope they do. The assemblies, please get to work for us. Awal Mohammed, MPP Communications team member, he's also in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Alaji, where's your jersey?
Oh, to be very honest, it was this morning when I was coming that I saw almost everyone in jersey. I said, why didn't I even wear the jersey? Because I'm not someone who always think about what to wear the following morning. It's in the morning that I go to the wardrobe.
You don't plan
and
ahead.
I pick. Yes, I don't plan ahead what I wear. So I go, if there is no light, I use smoke. If there is light, I can iron.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so that's the challenge. When I got out and I saw a lot of people, more than what I saw the first match, truly tells us that we're ready for this.
The love is back.
Yes, the love is back, to be very honest.
We're keeping our fingers
and
crossed.
that song is a banger.
Which one?
Kofi Kinata.
Oh, you like it, eh?
Wow. Everyone is using it. Especially the ladies. You see the way it and the signature tune will be that song. And I think it's a
But there's also Kakalika.
Kakalika started, and this one has
it's taken over.
He has even, when I heard the song, you hear him even talk about Kakalika in the song.
Yeah. Shouts to Kofi Kinata, by the way. And good morning to Abdul Wasiu Abukar. He says good morning to us. Adote Sego says that Ghana will top our group and advance to the next stage. Okay, we are not ignoring your messages. I've read it for you now. The volume is low this morning. Kwajo Fiagbe, we're going to try and fix that for you. Watching live from Rostov, Russia. Oh, okay. Ghana will colonize England today, 2-1. Nana Yao Jamra. Agongo Roger says Braco Powers has joined us now. Okay. Okay, Bella, Ghana will definitely win with at least 2 goals. We will colonize them on the field as the Lord lives by Prophet Telvin Ajesoa. Okay. You be careful, be careful. Okay, no. Let me just jump from this. Ghana will definitely win by 2 goals. All right, let's start the conversation now. And of course, I want to find out from my guests what their predictions are and what they're expecting from our players. Doc, I'll start with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bella, I think to me, this World Cup match between the Black Stars and England is indeed my World Cup final.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This match is my World Cup final. And I have ideals that transcend beyond just football when it comes to this match. This match, to me, is very sensitive. And it's also very important and strategic for us as Ghanaians, because this is a time where the whole Africa, including also the Caribbeans, are calling for reparation.
Yeah.
And so this match should even be the first signal and the first platform that we will use to campaign for reparation. And so the boys should do us the honor in ensuring that our ancestors are cheered.
Yeah.
The current leadership of the African Union and the various African leaders that are calling and pushing for the agenda for reparation are also cheered up. I want to see a very different game today. The way they played against Panama, it was like they gave the ball to Panama to outplay them.
Yeah.
But I felt that we have a lot of quality players in there, experienced players in there, that could have really given them a huge showdown. But all is not lost. At the end of the day, we got the 3 points.
Yeah.
But I hope to see that they would possess the ball more, play well, have that spirit or that we had in 2010. That's that team spirit. We want to see that chemistry. Yeah, we miss it indeed. And we want to see our football back to light. And so I wish them all the best. My prediction today would be 2-1 for Ghana. That's the best. But the West, I think, should be a 0-0.
Okay. The West should be a 0-0. Yeah. Wonder.
For me, I mean, I have my lineup here. My starting 11.
You have your starting 11?
Yeah, I have my starting 11.
Coach Wonder. Okay. Let's get into it.
You know, the first match, we started with Lawrence Atizigi, but because of injury concerns, Asari came. The 4-back, we had Senanya, Ajete, Jerome, and Gideon Mensah at the defense. The midfield, we had Caleb and then Elisha, Sulemana, and then Norma, then Jordan, and then Semenyo. For me, if I'm to get the first 11 for today, I'll bring Asari. I mean, because of injury concern for Atizigi, we don't have to risk it. Then the 4-back, I'll maintain them. Senanya, Ajete, Jerome, Gideon Mensah, solid. I'll maintain them. The midfield, we should not be carried away because Partey is available today. If I have my own way, Partey will not start. This is the reason. You see that the first match, Elisha was doing the housekeeping for Caleb to be able to move. But when you have two midfielders, one has to do the housekeeping so that one can move. If you play Partey and Caleb, Partey is a senior player. You will expect Caleb to be doing the housekeeping. Yes, so you cannot start the two. So if I have my own way, I'll start Sibo. If you realize the match, when Sibo came in, he was handling the midfield very well. And that gave Caleb the chance to move and even to score. So we should not be deceived by Partey's availability. He can come in the second half. The game is for 90 minutes. So for me, I would rather start Sibo ahead of Elisha. Then Caleb will be there. Now, in coming out with your first 11, I must also look at the opponent. You see, I will still maintain Nuama because he has that defensive. He will still be able to support. But I will change Suleiman and bring Brandon Asante because of his strength. And for me, I know this will be controversial. I will maintain Jordan.
Oh, you will?
Yes, I will maintain Jordan.
It is controversial because across the board, a lot of people were not too happy with.
I will maintain Jordan. Let me tell you, Jordan. If you look at if you look at the first match, when it becomes difficult, Jordan, you can use Jordan as a one top, as a one striker. He will hold the ball exactly. Once the ball gets to the main striker, the top striker, the presumption is that there's nobody because they were defending. So he can delay, hold the ball for your players to move, and then the free kicks and all of that.
But we don't need delay at this point.
I'm saying that.
Listen, the English team, they're very swift.
Yes.
They don't play.
Yes.
And so at this point, we don't need to be delaying.
Yes, that is the main reason why sometimes you must manage the game. And also, if you look at how the tournament is going, the African teams, Ivory Coast, they played very well against Germany. But lost. 2-1. Because of game management. And I must say this, Ghana, if you look at under 17, I happen to be on the under 17 management committee, when Morocco, we were leading 2-0 against Algeria. We couldn't manage the game, and Algeria came and drew 2-2. So we should manage the game. If you're able to get an early goal, which I'm foreseeing, you know, the Calabash. I'm foreseeing an early goal. I'm foreseeing an early goal. If we get the early goal, let's manage the game. We shouldn't try to push for more goals and then we will now end up conceding. We should try and manage the game. Semenyo definitely will start in my first. Exactly. Fatal is good, but you need somebody who also bring in the pace in the second half. In the second half.
So now we're done with first half. We're moving into second half.
Yes. Okay. So the first 11, I'll still use Jordan and Semenyo, but I'll bring in Brandon Asante in place of Suleiman. In place of Suleiman. Right. But I'll maintain Ernest Norman so that he can be supporting. Don't forget that the England team will be using Madueke, most likely. And then and then Rhys James is always invented to the midfield. He will be coming to the midfield because they want to come all out. So we need somebody who is a winger but can also play the defensive role. So these are my tactics.
We still need to watch Harry Kane at
historically, Ghana hasn't lost in the second match
ever.
In the World Cup match. So let's keep our record intact.
But I think for England as well, they've also not lost to an African team before. They've only either drawn or won. Yes. So they have a reason to not lose. So like we also have a reason to
My heart is telling me that we win 2-1.
Okay.
But my head is saying it's a draw.
Okay. Brak to the powers. Okay.
But I'm cautiously optimistic. I believe that we have a very formidable team, even though we had a false start. But I know if you look at our performance over time, you realize that they are picking up.
Yes.
And I'm not under any disillusion that we are going to play a very strong team. One of the most feared teams in the world. But we have to tax. You know, Wanda is into football management, and so I was enjoying his analysis. But I think the coach is in charge of the team. I'm sure he has studied the England team, and he knows how we can handle them. I believe we are going to this match to win it. And as to whether or not it is an opportunity to colonize them, I don't want us to import, politics into the beautiful game. This is a beautiful game, and I like what the coach said. He said, "You'll be entertained." I just want to watch the game being entertained. I want the players to play what they always play. And the thing is that the coach said he could not change the DNA of African players, and that's the best thing, because we have our own DNA. When we play with our own, we know how to play. But when we play with these white people, we're able to dominate because we have our own pace. And I believe that going to this game, Black Star is going to emerge victorious. We should not, nobody, the thing is that you are entitled to doubt the performances of our team. But I know that with the performance from Wales to the Panamanians, even though we allowed them, but the coach was right that he allowed them to outplay us.
Yes.
So that they will get tired.
And then
we'll put the pressure on them. I believe the coach has a well-grounded tactics. Going to this game, I'm highly optimistic.
Okay.
That will emerge. At least the worst performance should be a draw.
A draw.
So that
where
we know
the draw is what, 0-0 or 1-1
no, draw, I'm looking at 1-1.
1-1, okay.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Oh, wow.
Well, I think I also share in their view that indeed we are all optimistic that we'll be able to win. This is the first time England is lining up their best squad ever. Yes, they have the best squad ever this time around. They have the team. And again, Ghana did not also go with our best team, even though this is our best. But if you ask any ordinary Ghanaian that he should mention 5 players before the match against Panama, they may not be able to mention them. I saw Sanaya for the first time that day. I saw Irenchi for the first time that day, but I'm a football enthusiast.
Oh, okay.
And I follow them and I feel that these are the people we need in the team. Irenchi, Sanaya at the right back. Well. You see, our problem over the years has been right back and even the holding midfielder. You get it. So when you have these youngsters looking at their age and so on, and again, I believe this is the first time we have a coach who is able to read the game.
Okay.
Yes, because you see, if you check Portugal's game, the coach did not read the game to even take out Ronaldo. But this one, he saw that indeed the 32 Ghanaians are for Jordan. They love Jordan. And this is our captain. But he didn't hesitate in pulling him out to really exert some energy into the game. And again, you see, that day I was not surprised to see the performance of our captain, Jordan. Because you see, from the interactions with the president, if you've seen the video, he did not exude confidence when the president was interacted with them, the live interaction. I was expecting him to exude some confidence. So he was just down. I said, hey, why? You get it? So when I saw the way he played, I felt that day he didn't really have his day, even from off the pitch to on the pitch. Because if you are the captain of the team and the president is speaking to you, what I expect to see even though he's different from Dede, but if it is Dede, the way, the enthusiasm and the way he will even encourage the boys and tell the president that we are ready to do this and so on. So I didn't feel that. So I believe that he should up that game, because you see, off the pitch is also very important than when you even go on the pitch and so on. But I believe that we should still maintain him. We should still get our main man in the midfield, especially now that there are issues surrounding him.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll give up his best for the day, because usually when we play, we always chastise him that he doesn't really play well for Black Stars and so on. But this one, because he was denied entry into Canada, I believe he'll give up his best.
Okay.
I think our West should be a draw. The last time we met them, it was a draw. Asamoah Gyan scored them in Wembley. So it means we are not afraid of them, and I believe we'll be able to win this game.
Well, we're not afraid of them, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Let me just also quickly introduce Adam Bona. He's joining us via Zoom. He's been on for a while. Mr. Adam Bona is Executive Secretary for the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons, and we'll get into that. But good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Adam Bona. All right.
Good morning.
Okay, I see that you're also spotting some green in there. So that means that you're also quite optimistic that the Black Stars will win the match today against England?
Obviously, yes.
Okay.
Of course. As a patriotic Ghanaian, I'm expecting the Black Stars at least a draw, but we have to win.
Okay. Usually when people say a draw, I want to be sure. Is it 0-0 goalless or draw as in 1-1?
There will definitely be some goals. So 1-1, yes.
Okay, 1-1. Do you want to predict who will score that goal? Or am I asking for too much?
I think you're asking for too much.
Anyway, thank you for joining us this morning. And I want us to get into our conversation. Wanda, I know you wanted to just say something, but I mean, time is fast spent. So let's just go straight into our conversation. I mean, like I mentioned, over the week, there's been some very disturbing updates on, Honorable Adwoa Safo and the fact that she had allegedly been shot at. And so the police has gotten involved. They've been investigating the matter. And now the Ministry of Interior has also gone ahead to suspend the license of the Kantanka Security Services Limited. It's a private security organization by the Kantanka Group. And so I'll just read a bit of that statement and we'll get into our conversation. So it says that the Ministry of Interior has with immediate effect suspended the private security organization operating license for Kantanka Security Services Limited following reports of alleged use of unprescribed uniform, possession and use of firearms and ammunition by personnel of the company in the course of providing private security services on Sunday, the 21st of June, 2026 at Kwabenya. The decision was taken after preliminary investigations indicated possible violations of the Police Service Private Security Organizations Regulations 1992 LI 1571, which governs the operation of private security organizations in Ghana. The usage of unprescribed uniforms, unauthorized possession and use of firearms and ammunition, as well as security accoutrements by private security personnel constitutes a serious breach with significant implications for public safety. Consequently, the ministry has directed the company to immediately cease all operations forthwith, pending the conclusion of investigations into this matter. And it goes on. But I'm bringing Mr. Adam Bona in to start this conversation because you are the Executive Secretary of the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons. And you have indicated as well that your institution is also going to investigate this matter. What exactly are you looking to get out of this, sir?
Well, yes, good morning and good morning to your in-studio panelists and your viewers. Well, at the Small Arms and Light Weapons Commission, we have the Arms Intelligence Unit. So part of the things we also do is to be able to trace weapons that are used either legally or illegally, and to know who manufactured them, who actually probably imported them, and who, if it is registered, who is it registered to, and who actually used the firearm or discharged it, or who is keeping it. And so this all adds to being able to tell the proper use of weapons if they are supposed to be in this country. It helps us to advise the Minister of the Interior, and for that matter, government, when it comes to the proper use of small arms and light weapons. And so, yes, we are supposed to be involved in ensuring that the right thing is done when it comes to firearms. You know, when per the ECOWAS Convention on Small Arms and Light Weapons, which Ghana has ratified, and also the laws that governs our work. We are supposed to coordinate everything firearms and light weapons. The Small Arms Commission is clothed with the power to coordinate, and that cuts across all the arm-bearing agencies, including even civilian use, just like they've done. The incident involving the Kantanka group.
Okay. Now, what does the law say about access to and use of firearms for private security organizations? And I'm asking this because yesterday the police indicated that they had arrested some 6 private security officers from the Kantanka group, and they said that a search conducted at the scene led to the retrieval of 5 pump-action guns, 1 Taurus pistol loaded with 7 rounds of 9mm ammunition, an additional magazine containing 5 rounds of 9mm ammunition, and communication equipment. Now, beyond that as well, yesterday we're told that the man who is in the center of all of this, Israel Kweju Akofina, who is the brother of Honorable Adjoa Safo, and 2 others were also arrested. And in arresting them, we're told that there were some items that were recovered, including 120 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 50 rounds of 4.5 caliber ammunition, 25 rounds of 40 caliber ammunition, and additional loaded magazines, and 2 Glock pistols, one of which is registered in his name. First of all, for the security officers who were arrested and for private security organizations, what does the law say? Are they allowed to use these firearms in their operations?
No, they are not allowed to use firearms in their operations. It's allowing private security organizations to use firearms in this manner is tantamount to, or it's almost like telling them that they can stage a coup if they want to. Because private security organizations are organized group organizations that are backed by law. And the law is explicit. They are not allowed to use weapons in their operations. And so they keeping that amount of weapons, as you saw in the ministries, is one of the reasons why the Minister of the Interior has suspended, because the license that is issued to them is issued after it goes through a rigorous process. Anyone who knows it goes through a rigorous process. It goes to NIB, it goes through a rigorous process before you are issued. And you are informed how your operation should be. It's a creation of law. And so they are not allowed. That is to answer you, yes, they are. They are not allowed to use firearms. They are not allowed to keep firearms. And they are not allowed to display firearms. They are not allowed to discharge firearms. And even if an individual amongst them is a licensed firearm bearer, the law also specifies that even if you are an individual and you are a licensed firearm bearer, you are not allowed to brandish that firearm unnecessarily. You are not, unless you have a good reason. You are not allowed to display it publicly. If you look at the NRCD 9, section 7.1, it is clear. You need an explicit permission from the Inspector General of Police to brandish your weapon and discharge the weapon, even when it has to do with festive activities like funerals or the Homo War and other festive activities where you see musketries being fired. And so you are not allowed to discharge a firearm. But unfortunately, when these guys were arrested, initially when I saw the photos, before the team went out, I thought it looks like some of them are police officers, because then the pictures were not very clear. But then later when I checked, I got the information that no, they are wearing something that makes them look like paramilitary officers, or they are mimicking the Ghana Police Service. It is a reason why up until a few years ago, we didn't have uniforms to go with it in terms of, but regulations were put in place so that when you see them, you can distinguish them from a state security officer. But some of them, as we saw in this, photos, and the reason why the Honorable Minister of the Interior has suspended their license to operate as a security organization, seem to be mimicking the state security officer. It means that they could take the laws into their own hands, pretending, I'm not saying they have, but pretending to be a state security organization. And that, for me, It's something that the Kantanka group should have known. The laws are, it is for these reasons that laws are put together so that we can all live within the confines of the law. But unfortunately, for a big group such as the Kantanka group, to keep this large amount of weapons, large amount of weapons with ammunition, what for? And discharging them allegedly, what for?
But
so for me, Anita, this going beyond imagination. I mean, yeah.
This is Bella, by the way. But just to follow up on this, so is your commission supposed to also monitor the activities of these private institutions with regards to what weapons they would use, just in case they're also going against the law? And were you monitoring them?
Well, for us, anything firearms, we are supposed to be monitoring.
Okay.
Anything firearms. Once firearms are involved, if it had to do with the uniforms and the rest, that is purely policing. But once firearms are involved, the Small Arms Commission is involved.
So how did they have this number of firearms, and was the commission even aware they had this prior to the arrest?
I believe the team yesterday were at the scene, and they've collected all the information, taken photographs of the weapons. And so this, I believe this morning, the team is going to working in collaboration with, the police and other allied security agencies. We'll get to the bottom of it to know the actual source of this weapon. Because remember, individuals cannot even trade in firearms. So we have magazines, private magazines, who bring these weapons in to sell. And so if I, as an individual, Dr. Adambona, I cannot actually import weapons on my own and sell. You need a license from the Interior Ministry or the Interior Minister. A license must be granted you to import and, in fact, keep the weapons at a magazine and sell them to people who have permit to, use these weapons or hold these weapons and use them.
Okay.
And so all these things are going to be checked. And so I believe that by the end of this week or so, some of these informations will be much clearer.
Okay.
We are more interested in which magazines are these weapons coming from. And I can't give you that information. And so you ask the question, were we monitoring? The truth is that you saw what the minister's release, and he signed it himself. That's how important this is. The minister's release actually said for possession and use of firearms without the requisites, permit. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. But the truth is that these firearms are firearms that they are not supposed to be keeping. And once they are not supposed to be keeping them, it's usually very difficult unless intelligence is shared with us and we go behind the scene and get, together with the police and the rest, get them arrested. If not, then they are hiding them. It becomes very difficult. But
so that's why I'm asking, not to cut you, but that's why I'm asking that. So what is the monitoring process like? Do you do an evaluation maybe every 3 months, every couple of months to know exactly how these private organizations are operating, to understand exactly what weapons they're using, if they're even breaching the law? What's the process like to ensure that we don't get to a point like this where some private individuals now discharge these firearms before we arrest them and realize that they have these firearms on them?
No, we do monitoring quarterly. We are reporting quarterly. We do reporting quarterly, but the monitoring is ongoing. It's a daily activity. But the truth is that once it is illicit means that if you walk into the premises or if you met one of them, unless you catch the person with the weapon, or you are given intel. And so every now and then we receive intel, and the intel is shared amongst us. We go in, with the police, and people are arrested. I'm sure you saw recently NIMOS handing over some weapons through my minister to the Small Arms Commission for
destruction
and destruction.
Yes.
This morning, I'm glad to say the Minister of the Interior is going to bring closure to the amnesty program that was announced latter part of last year into the early part of this year, where almost 4,000 plus weapons were surrounded. 4,000 plus weapons were surrounded. Some of them for regularization, some of them for, surrendering for us to destroy. And this is peacetime Ghana. Ghana, we haven't had any, in terms of civil war, we haven't had any disturbance when it comes to instability. Fortunately, we haven't had anything. But in peacetime, just voluntary. These are people who volunteer to bring 4,000 plus weapons. This is a plus to add to what we have already been doing. And the process is ongoing.
All right.
And so this morning is bringing finality. And on the 9th of July, which is the UN Day for Weapon Destructions, these weapons are going to be destroyed and publicly. And your organization is one of the organizations invited. But to say, let me put it out there, Bella, that for those who, there might be some private security organizations who are also holding these weapons. You would lose your license, you get prosecuted, and the directors, if they are watching, the law would unveil you, will pierce the veil, and you'll be prosecuted.
Okay.
And so do not allow your organization to keep weapons, including palaces. Some palaces in this country, every now and then, get involved in one, firearm misuse or the other. Because then the law is very firm. Do not use these weapons if you don't have the requisite license to do that. Yes.
Please stay with us. Don't go yet. But Brave Pascal Tonu says a lot of firearms are on the Galamsey sites and always getting seized. Do we trace where and how they even come until now? Mr. Adam, I'll come to you. Just hold on. Let me also get the other guests to speak, and then we'll come back to you. Dr. Ramsey, you heard from Adam Bona on this. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Bella, I think leadership knows the current challenges that is bedeviling our country when it comes to the discharge of firearms, the smuggling of firearms, and all that. I can say without any iota of doubt that Boku is the gateway when it comes to firearms into this country. Boku. And that has been as a result of, the downfall of Gaddafi, and these arms finding their way through the Sahel into our country, through Burkina Faso. But I think that, be that as it may, we have some serious issues that we have to deal with as a country. We've seen private security personnel dressed like national security personnel or police officers, and even follow these charlatans who call themselves prophets around. I think there are some of them, I have forgotten some of their names. I don't want to even mention names. But you see some of these so-called prophets who have these guys with masks and dress like police officers, military officers, and hold pump actions and escort them to events, public events. What is Mr. Dr. Bona and his people doing about this issue? We wait till there's a viral issue and public sentiments, and then we always seem to care. The truth is that nobody, the Interior Ministry, the police, is not doing its best to curb this issue. Some of these people that are moving around with these tags with guns are their friends. We know these issues, but again, Bella, it's quite unfortunate, and let me use this platform to wish the former MP for Dome Kwabenya, Honorable Sarah Joseph, well. I would caution the Minister for Interior and the CID boss that this is an internal family matter. Even though lives were at stake, and there's also a legal angle to it, they should try as much as possible to allow the law to work.
Okay.
In this sense, we've heard different stories. It's quite unfortunate that a brother and a sister would have to resolve their issues in this manner, right? But at least I sitting here, there's an account saying that if you be a mensa woman, in every household, there is a troublesome person or some trouble. Every family has issues. And this depicts the day-to-day challenges that Ghanaians go through in terms of family values and all that. And some of these issues are predicated on the lack of truth from family elders. You understand what I'm saying? And that's you know, in Akan they say that Osikani, the rich person is never wrong. The one with money is never wrong. And we've seen it in various families. We are in different families. We belong to families. We know the issues that we face in our families. So I would pray and plead with these rival factions that please try as much as possible to keep your family issues indoor and do not bring it out. And I've also sent a caution that the Ministry of Interior and then the CID boss should take their hands out of this matter and be professional and act as neutral. I'm glad that they have temporarily revoked the license of Kantanka Security Service, which, in a matter of fact, was established by the late Apostle Safo Kantanka. He was the one that established this. That I have to set it.
Okay.
I have to set the record straight. Okay. It was not a new security service company that was created by their new leader.
Okay.
But
so it's always been in existence.
It was always been in existence.
But what we don't know is for that period that they've been in existence, whether they had access to firearms and were discharging and using them illegally.
And information that Mr. Dr. Bona stated this morning, that certain security personnel cannot wield firearms, that is not true. There is a legal regime for certain security personnel to apply, subject to the, the discretion of the various authorities.
I think he mentioned that it goes through a number of processes for you to even get
but in the beginning he said that it is illegal. That is what I want to also put on record. But again, I think that they need to do more. I think his organization is not well funded. And if you would also speak to it, you know, it's just like rent control. We have issues with landlords and their tenants and all that, and landlords charging exorbitant rent fees. But of course, the rent control has, as we speak today, they have only 2 working vehicles. So Mr. Dr. Bona should also make sure that he escalates their demands to the various ministry, especially the Ministry of Finance, to finance them so that they can be able to help the various agencies and share intel so that we are able to mitigate the proliferation of firearms and smuggling of firearms into this country. You know, most of Ghanaians have weapons. I seated here, I am a registered weapon owner.
I like that you said registered because I was going to ask
that's why I have to say registered.
Have you renewed your license?
You have to renew it every year.
You've done it.
But there's a regulation in there that you can only have 100 rounds of bullets.
100?
100, yes.
Like 100?
100.
Okay.
Yes. And so when I saw the report from the police, the CID, per their investigation, early investigation, they said that they've seen over 124 rounds plus other rounds. Then that is indeed maybe a breach. But we do not know whether these rounds belong to one person or multiple people. That is why we wait for the investigation to come on. But all I can say is that I wish this family well. Their father lived and left a great legacy. And I hope that they would uphold to this great legacy and keep the name of the late Apostle Safo Kantanka high. And raise his name in high esteem. We wish for this issue to be settled in room and should not come out like it has come out.
Well, I mean, for us, the focus more is on the issue of, you know, the security agencies, the private security agencies, and, you know, the access they have to these firearms, etc. So we don't intend to discuss someone's family matters on the show necessarily because it's their home matter. So Kwabena Ito says that I'm sure they're all aware that the personnel of Christo Asafo Security Service hold guns, yet they kept quiet. Instead of being proactive, they are always being reactive. Agongo says, look, a lot of people are possessing firearms in the name of self-defense, and when evil spirits enter them, they bring it out and start shooting. Agongo, okay. Let me bring Wanda in. And Dr. Notedu, I've seen your message. I would ask Dr. Damodan when I get back to him. But Wanda, I mean, do you agree that some of these issues, we are very much aware that some of these private institutions have access to these firearms? But of course, depends on your proximity to power. We treat you based on, you know, that. What do you say to it?
Yeah, thank you, Bella. You see, we are discussing this issue because of what had happened. I mean, no two ways about it. And I have monitored the media, the SP, and the narrative is that there's a disagreement within the Kantanka family, and there was an attempt to install a new leader. And the Honorable Ajasafo kind of disagree with the whole processes and drove there. Because I saw pictures of the vehicle, gunshot. I mean, the vehicle having some spots of gunshot fired. Yes, exactly. I mean, that's why we are discussing all of this. For me, I would say that yes, self-help sometimes is good. Even in law, international law, self-help is a remedy. But Honorable Ajasafo, in my humble opinion, should have been tactful. Because look, we could have been discussing something else this morning. She could have been killed. She could. Yes, she could have been killed. This is a serious matter. Something is going on. If you disapprove of it, if you disagree with it, you go to court or you challenge it.
In fact, the matter is in court. Exactly. The matter is in court.
But to drive there, the venue, look, we could have been discussing something else this morning. It's a former minister. Yeah. MP. Yes. So that is my worry. Yes, self-help is good. I'm, of course, I do not support any faction in terms of the Kantanka, Christo Asafo, who becomes the new leader. I mean, it's not my place. But we must all be tactful in taking decisions. I think that the decision by the former minister to drive there was not the best. Now let me move on to the legal regime. I mean, you've rightly read the law, the LI 1571. I mean, this law was enacted some 34 years ago. We must ask ourselves, does the work of the private securities, does the law adequately address their work? What's the task of the private security in modern Ghana? The electronic surveillance. 34 years ago when this law was enacted, how is the issue of cyber? I mean, it wasn't exactly. The armed response system, corporate intelligence, VIP protection. These are largely what this private securities company do. Yeah. But I submit that, look, the law as it is now does not really address all of this in totality. Now, there's an issue about the weak monitoring system. No. Weak monetary system. Our government, or the government in the Fourth Republic, have most than often have been reactionary. What is the basis of suspending the license? It's just because of this, what had happened. I can tell you that, but for what had happened, nobody will be discussing or talking about the license of these private securities. In the UK, in the United Kingdom, they have an independent private security regulatory authority. We need it.
Exactly. We probably will have to go in that regime. They enforce standards, they investigate complaints, and all of that. They maintain order and all of that. They keep the register. So we probably will have to move into that regime. Then there's an issue of training.
So in that case, let me just ask: should it be the commission that should now become an authority so they can monitor, or
no? Their focus is the UK system, the independent authority. They are the word of political interference. Exactly. So
small arms, is it not exactly? I was going to ask that. Is the Small Arms Commission not supposed to be an independent?
No, they are under the Interior Ministry.
So they are not independent.
Yes, they cannot be.
They should be, but they are not.
Not that they should be. In the law, their act, their Parent Act, they do not have that independence.
I see. Okay.
Yes. I mean, when it makes it clear that the minister supervises and authorizes.
You hear Dr. Bona saying, my minister. Of course. I mean, that's just on the lighter note. But you see, the issue of training is also key. And those holding arms, it's not just about the physical strength. Their psychological, certainly, their psychological state is very important. My brother Doug here says he's registered. He has the gun and stuff. I hope you don't have it here with you.
No, I don't have it.
Are you scared?
I just want to be sure he doesn't have it here.
Okay.
But bottom line, you see, today probably we should be talking about the legacy of the Kantanka family. You understand? I mean, the first Ghanaian to assemble vehicles in this country. But look at what we are discussing. Look at what we are discussing. You see, so I think that the family should go back, they should reflect. And I mean, we shouldn't be discussing this about the late Kantanka, very good man,
I mean, when you clap, the door can open.
It was not the door. It's the TV or you can blow air and the TV will come on. I remember those videos from back in the day.
But this morning, look at what we are discussing. Bella, look at what we are discussing. The legacy of a great man has been reduced to licensing, gunshots.
Yeah. Council, let's get into the legality of this matter as well, because I really want to understand, if you have access to all those details, what exactly does the law say in terms of governing these private security companies? What should they have access to? What should they not be involved in? All that.
So, Bella, generally, as my colleague Wanda hinted at, when you look at the LI 1571, it makes it apparent that even before you wield arms or brandish arms, you must be authorized. So there must be an approval, a power approval before you could even hold it. So it is right that private security operatives can wield guns or arms, but they must be duly licensed to do so. And it is also clear in the LI 1571 that even the uniform, the IGP must ensure that the uniform of private security operatives are not or do not have any semblance of any security forces or the police, army, and the prisons.
They even have a color prescription for them as well.
They have a color prescription. And it is also clear that when you look at Regulation 12.1, it provides that even they are employees. They must duly account for them in terms of what they wear, like what they brandish and other things. But when you look at the regulation, is it comprehensive? Maybe with the way the world is going. But looking at how it is, I think if we're able to, if we had implemented the regulation, or we had been dutiful to the implementation, I'm not sure that would be here. The small arms boss was saying that, he talked about some of these private security operatives wearing uniforms, unprescribed, and they have semblance of those of the regularized security agencies. So he's aware. Why are we here? And I agree with Wanda, but belatedly, the minister's statement, the statement should have been, you should have issued a statement some years ago. Or months ago.
Suspending licenses of these
not only can tanker, but some of these security operatives, private security operatives, they are doing it. But it's scary. The way you see them, sometimes they are even marked. They dress like police officers. They're reactionary. Like the SWAT team. Sometimes they dress like the SWAT team. And you see them, sometimes they hold arms and they recruit heavily those macho men. They recruit these guys. And sometimes I ask myself, how are they different from those? Galamsey. No, not Galamsey. We have these vigilante boys.
Oh, the vigilante groups.
How are they different from these vigilante groups?
Delta forces. Delta forces.
No, we have Delta boys. They have been passed. We are talking about those vigilante groups, Azoka boys, and those groups. Delta forces. We have Delta forces. Why are you trying to dodge from it? But it's scary. But you see, the issue, what we must understand is that any event surrounding the death of Apostle Kojo Safo ought to be treated as a national security matter.
Why so?
Because there appears to be a deep and long-standing rift in the family. And Bella, let's understand that any threat to private peace can become a threat to public peace.
Exactly.
Which is why the police should have been up and doing. And I was surprised that a gathering like that, our security intelligence or agencies could not
You have a CID boss that is sleeping on the
even apprehended that this could happen.
Well, if you listen to the family, and not to get into the issues, but they got wind of the fact that it was going to happen somewhere around the Awoshi area. So that's where the policemen were stationed. So now these people got wind of it and now diverted the events to another place, which is what we're hearing from one of the family members also.
Is it not a wonder? Wonder is here. Is it not a wonder that these people swindle our security agencies? Can you imagine? Imagine if this were a group of people planning a demonstration. What would the police have done? They would have swiftly gone for. They would have even gone for injunction to stop them. Why did they do that? If your intelligence were up to tact, you should have known that these people, they had a double plan. They had plan B. I'm scared because, you see, what happened to the former minister could happen to anybody. And like Wanda said, today would have been a different discussion altogether. We would have been discussing why this happened to her.
Yeah.
The security agencies must be up and doing. And the issue must not be taken like that because she didn't die or there were no fatalities. The minister's reactionary press statement should have been applauded. I think I will not sit here and pretend what the minister did was reactionary. That is not how we need our ministers
reactionary
to be doing.
as it was or where was it still not necessary?
Isn't it necessary? The issue is not about whether it is necessary or not. The issue is about whether or not the ministry is being responsible and responsive to the needs of Ghanaians. In fact, the Small Arms Commission said that there are almost about 2.3 million arms in circulation. And out of the number, 1.2 million are on license or unauthorized. And the boss is saying that they'll be able to retrieve 4,000. That's scary. 4,000 out of 1.2 million unauthorized arms. Voila. What are we sitting here for? What are we sitting here for? My call to the minister is that extend the gun amnesty program. Because they closed it, they extended it, they started from 1st December 2025 into 30th January 2026. You must extend the gun amnesty program. Because the issue is not about limited time. The issue is about you want to retrieve the arms that are in circulation. The unauthorized arms in circulation. So we should not be happy because about 4,000 guns or unlicensed arms have been retrieved. That is no basis for us to be excited. Let us extend the gun amnesty program. And place a call again to Ghanaians who have these arms. But, Lala, my question to the police, any event surrounding the death of Apostle Kojo Safo, treat it with a topmost priority. Because it's a security concern.
All right. Well, Evelyn Anongba, just quickly before I come to you, Evelyn says, oh, Bracco, please, cut us some slack. Security can't get it always. Just like a lawyer can't also get it always. That's a statement coming from one of our viewers, by the way. But, wow.
When I saw the statement from the minister, and he said that they are not supposed to even hold guns. And I was hearing it for the first time after that statement. I didn't know.
That what security agencies are not supposed to?
Yes, the private security. Because you see, we see them. They are in their cars using siren. Sometimes you'll be driving, you turn, it's a private security. They are telling you to just ward off so that they can pass. And this is not supposed to be so. For this, I know because I remember around 2022 or 2023, there was a statement that only 6 categories of agencies are supposed to have sirens and strobe lights and so on. So, but for them to say that indeed holding guns are prohibited, they're not supposed to even hold the guns and display them and so on, then I don't think there is any security agency, private security agency in this country that is really not guilty of this. They are all guilty and they all have their guns. So now the most important thing is that better late than never, the minister and the agencies under them are supposed to really do inventory of these places and audits of these places and know those who have these guns. Look at what happened. When I saw the video, whether she drove there, whether it was wrong for her to have drove there to send it or not, look at the gentleman who genuflected, aimed at the car and shot. This is someone who has been trained. They are not amateurs. Look at where they even shot at. You see, in any car, if you have a driver, you sit at the back. Look at where the the bullets penetrated. They were aiming to kill her.
Yeah.
Outright. You're alleging.
Not that. You see, when you look at the facts and you look at the bullets in the car, the direction of the bullets were at the back and in the the glass of the car, and at the back where if you have a driver you sit, and it was not really one or two, about 10 or 15 of them.
So let me explain this why it's like that, because they use a shotgun. And normally with a shotgun you have different types of bullets. You have the slug shot, right?
That spreads.
That spreads. Okay. That is why it came out.
So that's what I'm saying.
That is even dangerous. That can even.
That's what I'm saying. They aimed to kill because, and you look at how he genuflected to aim at her. The videos that came up, whether she was wrong or she's right, that is immaterial. The most important thing is that they held their guns and they were aiming to kill. And I'm happy that the police service is saying that they went back to the house and retrieved more ammunition from the house. I was born and raised in Ashanti region. I do not know anyone by name Akofena. I know what Akofena is.
What does it mean?
War sword.
Okay.
You see it like this.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
People don't really name themselves after that. I know that is the name. That's the name of the thing. So, you see, it is really serious. And looking at the history, immediately the man died, there was an information that stopped dealing with him. You remember? An issue came, and they had their differences. Then they had to sit down and say, let's bury our father first and open the will so that at least they will look at the succession and so on. And they agreed. And they went round with him, together with him, to invite people. They were with Dr. Baumia. They were at all places to invite people to the July funeral. Then all we heard was that there was a shooting and they were doing the event in the house. And you see, from where the house is and where the Kwabenya police station is, I was thinking that the police should have been proactive because it was a full gathering. And you see, in this country, even if you look at the laws, the private security cannot really ward off people, a crowd. It is supposed to be the responsibility of the police. So I believe that the security agencies, especially the Interior Ministry, will have to be up and doing, especially these private security. They all have the guns. You remember in January, there were some shootouts at Trazako. Over 50 people engaged in that shootout. They arrested 6 people. What happened to that? Adam Bona, if I know he's aware, they retrieved over 6 guns, including AK-47 and so on. Adam Bona is telling us that they have 4,000 of the small arms. The question we're asking ourselves is, do they have the G3 amongst them? Do they have the AK-47s and so on? These are Tia Bofre, I'm sure majority of them will be this Tia Bofre magazines and so on that people can really willingly bring it. But you see, someone with AK-47 will never do that. That's why I disagree with you when you say they should extend. No, they should crack on those because the extension has come for like a year now. Yeah. They should go into it and see those who are holding these guns unauthorized. Because you see, AK-47, you can't even go and register it.
Oh, you can't register?
No, you can't register it as a civilian. Okay, there are categories of there are categories of firearms that you cannot even register as a civilian. So whoever is holding AK-47, he is deemed as a criminal. You understand? So I believe that this the Interior Ministry should be up and doing. We are all at risk. It can happen to anyone. What they did over there, if she had gone there with people and they were engaging in shootouts, a stray bullet could kill an innocent person. And that is how serious it is.
Okay, Dr. Adamona, I believe you are still there.
Yes, I am here.
Okay, Bella. So very quick one, and we'll talk about the gun amnesty. Of course, Councillor Braco Powers is asking for an extension of that. But there's a message here from Notidria. He says that we had accounts that indicates that the occupants of the MP's car were armed and allegedly she was also armed. It seems the official interventions are somewhat silent on this. I'm aware investigations are ongoing, but there seems to be an apparent slant in reportage and investigation. Can you speak to this to confirm if truly, you know, there were some guns also in that vehicle, if there were shots fired from that vehicle as well, and if those guns have been retrieved?
No, I can't speak to that. The reason is because then the entire issue is under investigations, and so when a firearm is discharged, experts are supposed to go in and to be able to determine whether where the direction from which these firearms were shot, and gunpowder residue. And so obviously if firearms were discharged from the vehicle, ballistic experts will definitely be able to determine whether there are some, there are various ways, mechanisms in determining that. But let me say this. I think one of your panelists actually did allude publicly that he has a weapon. Let me now wear my security analyst jacket. You don't say that.
You're not supposed to say it publicly.
You are not supposed to say you own a firearm publicly. The firearm, that is the law. You can actually say it, but it is not safe for you to say it. The element of surprise is a reason why these firearms, you might have gone in there to say, I want a firearm to protect myself. But if you are now telling the whole world that you have a firearm, and then some hoodlums or criminals are coming, they know you are a determined person with a firearm. So they will come well armed. And so I would wish that he would retract. I don't know how many people had him, millions, who now know he has a firearm. And so it's just a public education.
Dr. Inusa, can you retract and say,
you don't say that.
Okay.
Yes. If they were coming at you with one weapon, they will come with 12. And when they come, they will start firing. They won't wait. And when they come, they will beat you to pulp. You must show them where the weapon is. And so the element of surprise, those who have weapons, a license, don't say it. If you go out there, I'm happy to hear him say his weapon is licensed. But the good thing is his license, but he should never have mentioned it because your life could come at stake, could be at risk, and you begin to say, the ID boss and Adam Bonai, my minister, and everybody is not protecting you well. Meanwhile, you said it yourself.
Okay.
So, Dr. Inusa, this one can hear, so please withdraw.
Okay.
And also, yes. Yeah, it's a serious thing people say. And please, those who say it, do not say that. But we are interested in those who have illicit weapons. We want them to say they have them so we can arrest them and prosecute them with the weapons. But those who have them registered legally to them, please be mindful of even showing it. Some people sometimes go to the extent of showing it. It is an affront to the NRCD 9, and it is not good for yourself to brandish that weapon because then, like I said, the element of surprise would be gone.
All right.
Yes. But to also now go to the substantive matter, I think Dr. Inusa mentioned that private security organization, it is very limited. And I can tell you without mincing word that since the last, the last government took over, there's been less than 10 weapons that have been registered to private citizens or sidearms that have been registered from the ministry. Because there is almost and the truth is that, just less than 10.
Come again, Dr. Are you saying private security agencies or private citizens?
Not private, I'm talking about private citizens.
Less than 10?
Less than 10. And so it tells you that this is a canker. This is a canker that has bedeviled us. This is a canker that has bedeviled us for years. And an issue that has existed for years, you don't come in and attempt to do a quick fix.
Doc,
so it is an ongoing process.
I need you to I need you to repeat this so I get it properly. So this government has been in power since January 2025. And you are saying that between January 2025, we're currently in June 2026. Less than 10 weapons have been what? Registered by...
Sidearms.
Sidearms, okay.
Sidearms, yes. Have been registered to private, have been given to, and so all that I'm trying to say is that it is almost like a moratorium. And because this is an existential problem, this is an issue that must be dealt with. And so you cannot be dealing with the issue and at the same time licensing weapons like we had it some time ago where they were being licensed like candies. No. And so it is an existential problem that must be, it's existed for years. We can't deal with it, have a quick fix. One of the solutions, as I initially stated, had to do with the gun amnesty. And that actually opened our eyes to where these weapons are. When you look at the data, you can tell where weapons, those some areas we had a good number of weapons being brought in. Some areas we had very few. It means that, and some of these areas are areas where probably there is more trouble. I think it was Awalo, so my brother Awa, who said that, AK-47s were surrounded. M6, the M series, the G series were surrounded. Wow. We have them in our custody. Okay. So that the amnesty was very successful. Okay. In peacetime, we since probably the last 100 years, Gold Coast to Ghana, we have not had any amnesty. That we have had 4,000 plus weapons being brought in voluntarily by individuals. No. And so it's been very successful. And we can only urge that those who have these weapons, please tender them in, bring them in, because an affront to the law. And for the weapons that are given to individuals or private, you have the CIT, the cash in transit. Even that, it is very limited. It is very, 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 very limited. And so let's be a bit circumspect when we are discussing these matters, because firearms have been used in destabilizing continents. You look at the sub-region, it's in turmoil because of firearms. Go to the Lake Chad region. I mean, every now and then, Ghana is involved in, and the Small Arms Commission, glad to say, we are the organization that implement, or what do you call it, implement our protocols and conventions, and, when it comes to firearms and light weapons and explosives. And so I am aware of this. We are doing a lot. I mentioned, I think one of your panelists mentioned the CID boss. Listen, a lot is being done.
Okay.
A lot is being done. You saw weapons that were handed over by NIMOS. You saw weapons that were handed. These weapons were in the hands of people, and these weapons were retrieved. And you saw my minister, handing over these weapons to the Small Arms Commission.
Okay.
A lot is being done, and so mine is that we've got to be very circumspect and help the system to retrieve these weapons, because when weapons are fired, they don't discriminate.
Yeah.
They come at you, and when they catch you, you could have permanent injuries or temporary injuries, or could be fatal. And so mine is that a lot is being done.
Okay.
And I did mention to you that for the last almost 2 years, few sidearms have been lying. And the reason is because you cannot be fixing a problem. You can't say you want to keep water in a bucket whilst you are, creating holes under it. And so that is one of the things that I will tell you in publicly, that the ministry, my minister, all of us, because then if we don't do that, then it will be difficult to fight this canker.
What's the estimation now? Because we're told that about 2.3 million guns, small arms, pardon me, are in circulation. Is there an update on that figure so we know exactly how many? Because if you're saying that less than 10 have been licensed or registered, there's likely the possibility that that number may have increased in terms of how many of these small arms still are in this country or are coming into this country, and also how many of them have been licensed. Do you have an update on those figures for us?
I don't really have an update, but what I can say is that the figure, this was a survey that was sponsored by the Small Arms Commission, which was undertaken for us by the Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Center. The latest survey report will come out. We are still working on it. The survey has been, but we are going through the process of putting the report together. It will go through validation. It will go through a lot of processes before it comes out.
All right.
When you mention firearm, you are talking about it's the nerve of this country, and every country, in fact, including the U.S. and all developed all other countries. And so Ghana is not different from the other country, but I can tell you that a lot is being done since this government took over. A lot in the past. How many
very
people
quickly.
do the small arms anyway?
Okay, very quickly, by the way.
See what we are doing.
So Council Parisqua Paris is asking for an extension of the gun amnesty program. What do you say to that, especially looking at the fact that as of January 26 this year, we're told that, the gun amnesty had collected just about 2,000 weapons. You mentioned 4,000.
Well, I don't know where you got your...
I'm just reading it from DW Africa, actually. And so that's where that's what I'm asking you, since you're the one who has the figures, is it the 4,000 or have we collected a lot more? And should we extend the gun amnesty program?
Well, extending you cannot have an unlimited amnesty program. An amnesty means that it has to be within a certain period where people should come and surrender. But the truth is that we are still in dialogue. We are still having a conversation amongst us with the ministry, the other allied security agencies, the national security, everyone is involved to see what can be done. I wouldn't want to, speak ahead of time, but I can say that a lot is ongoing. I think one of your panelists mentioned the Galamsey site. Yes, a lot is being done, trying to retrieve weapons from the Galamsey site. And I have said that fighting Galamsey has become very difficult because of the use of firearms. And so the more we get to retrieve these firearms, the better our society will be safe. And the Small Arms Commission, together with allied agencies, yes, we are there. I think it was Dr. What's his name, who mentioned that we are not, we should say we don't have the resources. Then we've had some resources. I must tell you that from since I took over as head of the agencies, we have had some resources. But of course, we will need more resources. But I can tell you that we have had a double.
So you are underfunded? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying we are underfunded.
Okay. I'm just checking, sir.
No, we are not underfunded. But of course, like any other security, any other agency, any public funded agency, we need more resources. We do that through the ministry. All of us are under the ministry, including the police.
All right.
We are all under the ministry. So we don't work in isolation. None of us is independent.
Okay.
We are all under the
Interior
Ministry. That is the supervising ministry. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Inusa.
I think Dr. Bona would commend me for doing some advocacy for his organization.
Yes, I'm commending you.
So this one is free marketing, but I'll bring my invoice later on.
Anyway.
Well, Bella, I think the context in which I said that I also have a firearm has been misconstrued. So I retract.
Okay. So you don't have?
Yes, I retract. But again, Bella, I think that a lot needs to be done going forward. I sit here as a person who is very honest with whatever that has to do with the lives of Ghanaians. When the life of our people is at stake, I will not sit here and do politics. And that is why today, there are two people that I have no confidence in their leadership. And I've said it from time immemorial, that the IGP and then the CID boss are not up to tax. Bella, look, before her, she knows that there's even a petition from Amnesty International to the CID boss. She knows the issue. The IGP on the other hand, is not doing a lot to what you call it, rejuvenate the police service and to ensure that they are doing enough. Look, the police are under-resourced. Yes, they don't have absolute morale. The morale there is low. Look, when there is a major breakthrough in crime, right, by these district commanders, they take up the grace and take it to the national headquarters, and then they have a press conference, and as if they are doing the job. Meanwhile, it's these people that are doing the job, the district commanders, these lower rank officers that are doing the job. And then these people sit in their offices, take coffee and biscuits, and then want to claim that they are doing the work for the people of Ghana. No. So I have no confidence in the leadership of the IGP and the CID boss. And indeed, if the CID boss is hoping to be the next IGP, I would be against that. Because,
but it's not for you to decide.
No, it's not for me. No, but I'm saying that, well, I would oppose it. And many people who are virtuous will oppose it. And I'm saying that, look, we have met leaders all across the world. Bella, and not because she's a woman. I don't want this thing to be of a feminine aspect. You understand? Not because she's a woman. But based on my interaction and how she has handled certain cases that I am so disappointed. Look, cases that contravene the rights of citizens, that are in contravention to the Constitution, is a serious matter. And anybody that do not uphold to the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana should not be seen in anywhere or close to leadership.
Okay.
That is what I'm trying to say.
All right. Let me bring Wanda in, because I don't want us to get too much into this matter, by the way. But of course, you've heard from Mr. Adam Bona. Clearly, there's a problem. There's a lot that they're trying to do at the moment. What would you advise, or if you had anything to say to him in terms of what they should do moving forward with regards to this matter, what would it be?
Yeah, the monitoring is very important.
Okay.
They don't have to always be reactionary. The monitoring has to be very strong. The training, and the training, like I indicated earlier, the psychological aspect is also very, very important. Today, you move around, you see people with goaters, some uniforms, and it's just all over. And it's instructive that he said, I'm happy you were emphasizing on that. He said only 10 people have...
I'm surprised.
Yes, only 10 have been given license. Doctor here has 1.
So if he retracted it, he said he doesn't have anymore.
So he said sidearm. We don't know whether I have a sidearm or a different.
I know you will tell us.
You say it. He's not supposed to say it.
So if my math is good, 10 minus 1, 9.
9 more.
But you see lots of people with arms and all of that. So you wonder, what's the legal regime? We probably have to reconsider.
Do you have one? I do intend to get one.
I won't mind. We probably have to reconsider the law. Like we stated earlier, the current legal regime, this law was enacted some 34 years ago. At the time, electronic surveillance wasn't really the issue of the day. Cyber security, we probably have to reconsider the law. But bottom line is that maybe we go the UK style, where you have an independent private security regulatory authority to look at all of this. But the reason why we are having the discussion, must not lose sight of the fact that it's because of the risk to Asafo society. Of course. And I have said here that the Honorable Adra Safo should have should have attached more tact. I mean, driving there, like I stated earlier, she could have been killed.
Yeah.
Self-help is good. Self-help is good, but you must be strategic. I mean, those who are experiencing this gunshot and stuff, if you look at where the bullet went, she was targeted. She was targeted. The back seat, the glass and all of that. It means that, and even in the pictures, you could see some blood around her head. But I don't know whether you've seen the...
Yes, I saw the photos.
Exactly. So we just hope and pray. And we've said that the late Kantanka is a great man. His legacy should not be discussed in this manner. His legacy should not be discussed in this manner.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Wanda. Counsel.
Bella, it's important to stress that private security organizations perform functions that directly affect the safety of Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Therefore, effective regulation should go beyond administrative measures. This must be treated as a national security issue. And I want to encourage the Interior Ministry that the Kantaka issue should serve as a wake-up call.
Okay.
For not only the Interior Ministry, but also policymakers. And I agree with Wanda that we need a private security regulatory authority.
Like the UK.
An independent private security, not the sort of organization we normally create that are dependent on the parent ministries. We should be, and again, we must introduce mandatory national certification and training. Surprisingly, these private security organizations, they train their own people. And as to whether or not they train them within, they give them the right training is another matter. So I'm calling for a national certification and training for them. And the police, and they should be trained by the police, and the police should charge them. Whether it's exorbitant or not, they should charge them because these people are charging also, they are charging private individuals. And again, we must increase routine inspection. The small arms commission must be up and doing.
That's what I'm saying, they are underfunded.
He says they are not underfunded.
He says
they are well funded, but they still have room for more.
The thing is that you understand Adam Bona because he kept on saying my minister. So he would definitely not say he's underfunded.
Oh, by the underfunded, he should be able to say. But he says they are getting the funding.
Bala, be that his way. If he is well funded, then let us see him and his commission in action. Because some of these issues they could have avoided them because by now he said they are supposed to conduct routine checks, inspection, and also produce reports. Because when you that their functions, pay, their acts, that's what they are supposed to do. And as well as they are independent, and he confirmed it. They could never be independent. It's not possible because Section 5 of their Parent Act makes it abundantly clear.
Yes, Dr. Ramsey says the police are underfunded. Well, I think maybe in the last 1 year, 6 months. Because we had really... No, you see, the root tooling of the police, the Akufo-Addo government gave the police the highest motorbikes in the history of this country, over 5,000 motorbikes that you see around. Again, we had recruited over 20,000 police officers to augment the staff strength. Look at the housing around Kwabinya, look at the one at Tesano, look at even helicopters we bought for the police. You understand? So if all this, you are telling us that the police are underfunded, maybe in the last 1 year, 6 months, they are underfunded. But you see, one thing that I think I agree with the council is that the recruitment process. I remember at a point in time, at YE, every 2 years, we churn out people who had been trained from the community protection assistants. They are trained by the police for a number of months and they work with them for 2 years. At a point in time, we're having a conversation that these private security agencies can come and hire those who have certificates, because after that 2 years, you're giving certificates signed by the IGP and the YE CEO, and you work strictly with the IGP, so it has no political connotation or whatsoever. So I believe that if the Interior Ministry will sit down with the police and some few other stakeholders, and even the private security agencies, so that, because you see, at 1 year before the person is even recruited, they look at his criminal records and so on. But these are people they recruit who are macho men. You don't even know whether he has some criminal record or so. But this one, you know, and you know all the personnel. The Interior Ministry, the police will know that this private security agency has 20 people, and we can track them because we have their bio data because we took them from YE. So I think the YE can also sit with them and see, so that at least if it is about when they are rolling out this model, after that, after they are done with their 2 years, they can just be transitioned into this private security agency.
All right. I have to go, but
both of us, we are 1 year. 86,000 jobs have been created within this 1 year.
Within this year alone?
Oh, since then this took over power.
86,000 jobs?
Yes.
So we have data to back it?
Chief Malik Basitali is doing very good.
Oh,
yes. Oh, yes. 86,000 jobs at 1 year. Chief Malik Basitali is doing a great job.
So one day,
86,000.
All right.
At least you are able to.
You know, when my brother started his commentary, he started off well, but certain information that he laid out would expose them. He talked about providing the Akufo-Addo regime, providing the Ghana Police Service with 2 helicopters. Have you asked yourself why these helicopters are not flying today? These are flying coffins. You go and buy a whole security agency. And what do you call it? Second-hand helicopters, 1974 second-hand helicopters that are not even airworthy. That were not airworthy. Can you imagine? That were not. Go and ask the police service. Go and ask the police service. Where are the helicopters today?
Let's reach the Black Stars well.
Where are the police service? Ask him where are the helicopters.
Okay.
They only flew once during the independence celebration in Volta region. Only once.
Look, we want to reach the Black Stars well.
I was just checking to see. So Dr. George Akuffo Dampare had mentioned that the Akufo-Addo administration, in fact, him and we're told some various police administrations, they stated that no government in Ghana's history has funded and retooled the Ghana Police Service as heavily as the Akufo-Addo administration. Exactly so. And so if you look at the major investments, it says that procuring over 1,000 vehicles, including armored personnel carriers, 1,500 motorbikes, and the first ever 3 helicopters for police operations.
President Mahama has even done more.
Bella, I challenge that 2 years. President Mahama has done.
So you want to know where these helicopters are?
I am not going to underfunded. I am not going to
President Mahama has done more in less than 2 years.
You said President Mahama has done more than this in the 2 years.
In terms of support to the Ghana Police.
So I've mentioned the figures. Do you have figures to back so that we know that he's done more?
Alex is saying that they are underfunded.
Anyway, all right. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. And okay, well, they said today you are doing movie analysis. The way you are describing the thing, they said it's like a movie analysis. Yao says February, he says the case study of Kantanka security should be a wake-up call to the Interior Ministry to intensify and streamline the activities of the private security institutions. Well noted. Go to the Galamsey site and you see the types of arms that are coming through our borders. Wood Eduje is the one saying that. Okay, Ghanaians are stranded in Pretoria for almost a month waiting for the government to bring flights for evacuation. That's Ali Mohammed Fauzan. Says nothing has been done. Well, we'll pass on the information to the Foreign Affairs Ministry as well. And, okay, well, I'll just give the messages now. There was one that was for Dr. Inusa. I showed it to you earlier. I wanted to ask about it. Someone was asking about when you were physically assaulted.
Absolutely. You know,
I don't have time. I have to go.
Yeah. You know, this CID boss from the intel that.
Oh, it's back to the CID.
Oh yeah, of course. No, but you raised
so
it.
So
please. Oh. I don't have no.
So it doesn't look like we are attacking someone this morning.
No. Please, can I? You asked me something, so let me just educate the public over this issue because somebody.
30 seconds, please. I have to go. I'm being.
There was an issue with Rich Hospital and RAF. And these police officers who belong to the IG Special Operations Team, right, which were under the command of Lydia Yadonko, right, came around my office and they were looking for RAF. They were not in any police uniform or any police vehicle.
They are CID.
So no, but my point is that I was triggered by my security apparatus there to come out to assess because they thought they were armed robbers or something like that. They would look very weird, rasta, earring, shoes and all that. So I came out to ascertain what we were. And then they, talked to me in a rude manner. And I was going back and then they grabbed me, put me in handcuffs. Yeah, threw me in the bucket of their pickup and took me to Achimota police station. And the information I got was that they said Lydia was the one that said they should arrest me. For what I have not done. And so you can imagine. No, that is a fact. Because that is what happened to me.
Yeah, but you're saying they told you that she's the one. That's what I'm saying, that we don't know for a fact she's.
Please.
So you petitioned the police service.
Listen. Lydia saw me.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Lydia saw me. But she did nothing about it. But if it's other issues, she would hire vloggers and bloggers. Okay.
We have to go at this point. So big issue. Jordan, you will score first goal. Okay, we'll come back to this and see. But the big issue is sponsored by the University of Gold Coast. Whether you're aiming for a specialist MBA in marketing, communication, operations, supply chain, human resource management, finance, entrepreneurship, innovation, or business intelligence analytics, or you just want to advance through a dual MBA or chartered manager MBA, University of Gold Coast gives you that option. There are a number of other courses that they provide if you also want an MSc in international relations, communications as well. There are a number of them, quite a number of them. And so if you're interested, get in touch with the University of Gold Coast. In fact, they have marketing, international law, security, diplomacy, MA in biblical studies, practical theology, all of that. The pathway is open.
get in touch with the University of Gold Coast now. Apply via their website at www.ugc.edu.gh, www.ugc.edu.gh, or call or WhatsApp them on 026 388 8555. University of Gold Coast, building leaders for the nations. A big thank you to my guest in the studio, Dr. Ramsey Inusa, is the Director of Political Research for the United Party. I always have a butterfly in my head, so it's always difficult when I'm trying to remember that. Thank you for joining us this morning.
I have no personal issue with anybody.
Okay.
The infringement of a right of one citizen is as grave.
I hear you. Understand? I understand. Thank you. Wonder Victor Kuto also joined us this morning. He's a member of the NDC. He's a private legal practitioner. We also had Mr. Braku to the powers join us. Braku, we're sticking to this name, Braku to the powers. He's a private legal practitioner as well. And Awal Mohammed is a member of the NPP communications team. It's been a pleasure having you all.
Seeing him on a Guinness ad.
Oh, we can't mention alcohol. It's too early for that. But anyway, a big thank you again to Nina Afritude Movement for my jersey. It's available. Get in touch and get some. Thank you very much. Thank you. And also, Emperor Brand. Today we're promoting Made in Ghana. So Emperor Brand is here as well. You can get different scarves. Last week I showed you one. This week, this is another one as well that you can get from them. Yes, I beg you. On that note, we'll be back with more. This is TV3 Newday.